Alright, we are live! Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I should make a tweet, shouldn't I? Give me a second to do that Twitter thing. Shouldn't take me too long. But I forgot about it yesterday, and I lamented it a little. Just because I do want to get in the habit of tweeting these things, so 1 second. Okay. Need to get the link. 1 second. All these things need to be in order. Oh, also I should check the latency here, shouldn't I? Okay. Need to get the link. 1 second. All these things need to be in order. Oh, also I should check the latency here. The latency could be better. Easily. Oh well, I'm not gonna worry about it. It's good enough. Good. Almost done here. Okay. That is donezo. Now, as soon as I get this over here, I do believe we can start. Okay. So, MMZ1, going for 100 points in each rank, or each stage. 100-point ranks in each stage. Starting from the top, yeah, this will be New Game Plus. Yeah. Gonna see how it goes. We are going to go into this intro, too, because it is a awesome intro. I can never skip this one. It just opens up in such a cool way. All the Zero games have just incredible openings. That's what makes them pretty easy to get into, I think. For me, anyway. Like, when I pick them up, you know, I get into the intro, and it just immediately gets my blood pumping. They all just open up in great ways. And they all have different flavors, too. Like, all these openings. It's really neat stuff. But the big thing for me is that they're all, like, high adrenaline openings. Like, every single one of these games opens up with just, like, straight to the action. And it's awesome. And they all have just incredible intro music for the intro stages, and just the premises are all neat. Yeah, you gotta love it. Okay, getting into it now. We're going to destroy all these guys just to get that little bit of extra Easter egg dialogue from Zero. It's totally overkill. You totally don't have to defeat as many enemies as all this to get the rank requirements. I just do it because I think this is funny. This isn't fun anymore. I beg to differ. I think it is very fun. Ah, man, but this music is so good. Actually, let me turn it up to get the full benefit. I love this menu screen, too. Like, it's a little more, like, worn down from 0-1, and you got, like, the sand kind of effects blowing across it. It's pretty cool. The golems here I always attack from afar. It's much safer than using the saber. If they weren't bobbing back and forth, I might try to hit them with the saber, but because they are bobbing back and forth, it's so easy for them to hit you when you're trying to saber them. That's why I usually go with the safe route, use the buster. This definitely takes longer than it would if you were using the Saber on it exclusively. But, you know, if I know I'm not going to get damaged, then of course I'm going to do that. Ouch. Oh, it didn't dash. It's fine. I beat more than enough enemies. This boss is really cool too. I'm quite fond of him. The designs throughout the whole series just go so hard. I think they're some of the best designs in all of Mega Man. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, key there, you know, is to just not get impatient. Just, you know, go at it as you see you can. Okay, good stuff. Also, again, I am playing with the remastered music mod, and, sorry. I am playing with the remastered music mod and the additional voice mod. So you'll hear very high quality voice clips, mostly from Zero, and those are taken from SNK Cross Capcom, which was a fighting game where Zero was a playable character. And he had very high quality voice lines because that was not a GBA game. What I like about this the music mod too, I mean, you know, it's just great music all across the board, but you can kind of also pick and choose what kind of music you want from it too. Because in some cases, you have different choices of remastered music. Like, because Inti, when they remastered the music, they put out a lot of different remastered music CDs or albums for these games. And they all had different flavors. Like there was one specifically dedicated to like piano arrangements. I think it was called Resonant Vi. But yeah, you could integrate those. There's also more of like a heavy rock metal sort of album. It's called Mythos. That kind of that integrates music from all four of the games. Not every song, but different ones. You'll see. Those are quite popular arrangements as well. But yeah, you can kind of like, with these music mods, you can kind of like pick and choose what kind of flavors you want. And in a lot of cases, you're going to wind up with, you know, the standard, you know, like depending on which game you're playing, you're probably going to wind up with not that many selections, but there are some tunes which have different options for which music you can choose. If that makes sense. But yeah, Inti Creates put out quite a lot of different music albums for these games. They made one remastered album for each game, like specifically for each game. Then they also proceeded to put out like other albums which kind of combined, or it integrated music from like all four different games. You know, like more selective in that way. But yeah, they gave these games very thorough treatment in the remastered music department, to the point where I don't think there's a single tune in any of the four games that is not remastered. Like that does not have you know, another options you can pick. But yeah, so. Unfortunately, you can't skip most of the cutscenes in this game. So I'm gonna just be, you know, going through all the dialogue. There will be times where I'll also be booting up, you know, putting out a save assist at the beginning of a stage, and then turning it off immediately after, just so I can reload that if I have to, you know, reset. And well, that'll specifically be in places where after I reset normally, I have to skip a lot of dialogue. So for the stages that have a lot of dialogue at the start of them, I'll just be using a save assist just to get around that dialogue. It's not fun. It can take forever to get through some of these cutscenes if you're not doing that. So, and I'm following my own rules as usual. So we have that luxury. Let me see, which file am I using here? It's either 4 or 3. I think it's 3. Let's do 3. Okay, gotta remember that. I should also, yeah, actually, should enable this stuff before I forget. Yeah, New Game Plus is nice because it gives you, do I want this or don't I? Let's save that for now. New Game Plus is nice because it gives you all the EX skills and all the forms from the starts, if you unlock them in the previous playthroughs. The EX skills generally aren't that good in this game. You won't find me using them very often at all, which is the complete opposite of 03 and 04, where they're very useful. But in 02, they're not that useful, outside of a few applications. But the forms are quite good. It's specifically the X form is one of my favorites. Because you know, you get extra power for the Buster with the X form, so that's pretty cool. You also get like 4 pellets on screen at a time. That's also really nice. The Buster is very useful in this game. I would honestly say more so than the other games, specifically because it's kind of like a by comparison sort of thing. The Saber, on the other hand, is not that useful because it takes, for some god-awful reason, it takes a lot longer to charge, or it takes longer to start charging in this game versus any of the others. Like 0, 1, 3, and 4, all those games have a very consistent start time for the Saber charge. This game, it takes longer, and it's not quite fun. Also, no Mavericks here. Hang on. Mavericks here on my watch? Okay, getting back to it. Yeah, but it takes longer for the Saber to charge. You could see, I think I'm waiting a good, like, let me count that actually with a form. It's better. 1. Yeah, I'm waiting a solid, like a good second for it to start charging. Like, I have to wait a good full second for it to start charging after I use a saber slash, which is quite inconvenient. If you're going into this game from any of the other games, you kind of have to mentally readjust to that, and it could be a little tricky sometimes. But I think we're ready here. Okay. So we're going to go into Phoenix Magnian first. And this is going to seem a little strange to those who are accustomed to grinding their weapons before the missions. I think most people who pick up this game and who are aware of what grinding entails, they generally go back to the intro before they do any of the other missions. Let me pause this so I can explain it for a second. They generally go back to the intro stage before they do any of the other missions, primarily to grind their weapons so that they can go in to the missions with just full power. I used to do that too. The thing is, the fastest place to grind is this stage. So I like to grind in this stage primarily. Now that brings in the issue of, okay, well, if you're grinding in this mission from the get-go, how are you going to counteract the time that it takes to grind and make sure you don't lose points on your mission score, like, because you took so long to grind? Well, I've been practicing a way to, like, get it down so that I grind in just enough times to where I can finish the stage without losing points. Like, it generally takes me about 4 minutes to grind for all the weapons I need and all the levels I need for those weapons. The time requirements for the stage are 6 minutes 40 seconds or somewhere thereabouts. think it's like 6 minutes 45 seconds, maybe something like that. So it takes me 4 minutes to grind, and it generally takes me about 2 minutes to finish the stage, like roughly. That's a very rough estimate because the boss likes to stall a lot, so it could be easily longer or shorter. It also kind of is inconvenient that I don't have his weakness, so that kind of factors into how long it takes to beat him too. It can take quite a while. But I'm generally finding that by the time I finish the stage, I'm getting out in like 6 minutes, 11 seconds, which gives me a good like 30 second buffer, you know? And that's a decent amount of time to like account for any accidents that happen during the stage that may take longer, such as, well, primarily the boss stalling you out. But yeah, we're gonna see how it goes here. I've been having good luck with it, so gonna just keep going. So yeah, right now all our weapons do not have any levels. Ouch, that hurt. That was inconvenient. Okay, so that's 3 points of damage. We can take 2 more. Those zombies are very unpredictable. They can easily hit you anytime. Good, got him. Got that. Wait for this one to explode against the enemy. Good stuff. Dash out. Alright, so now we're getting to the grind spot in a hot minute. Here's where I usually grind. So, Rapid's going to be in full gear right now. And again, it generally takes me about a minute to grind the Buster. Like this, like so. I'm not getting any kills off here, which is an EXP loss. You get points, I believe, for killing enemies and hitting them. So I'm not getting any kills here, which is a potential EXP loss, but I'm hitting these things so fast with the Buster anyway, it kind of doesn't matter. Like, generally I'm getting off, like, I mean, in a single jump, I'm getting like 9 hits off these things, which is quite a lot. But yeah, so we're gonna grind for the Buster and the Saber only here. Okay, that should be max. It is, good. Okay, now we move this to bottom here. Oh, gotta switch to a form that actually allows me to triple Saber. Okay. Good. So I think, like in the last game, if I'm not mistaken, you get more EXP points or the later combo, or the last slash in the combo. And this takes quite a bit longer, like exponentially longer. It takes me like 3 times longer to grind the Saber than the Buster. And mostly because the Saber, you can't get as... It's a slower hitting weapon. You can't get as many hits off with it. Especially by the time you get to the Charge Saber. But yeah, while I'm doing this, you know, you might... Okay, yeah, we got the Charge Saber now. So we got 1 more level. That didn't take very long at all, but it's we make up for it when the real grind starts now. The last level on the Saber, it takes a long time to get the max level. Like, that was all really quick, but by the time you get to this last level, you're waiting quite a while. I think like twice the amount of time it took to grind for all those levels combined so far. But that's why I try to get 2 of these blocks in 1 charge hit. It doesn't help that, again, the Saber takes longer to charge in this game. versus the other games. But if you want a specific idea of just how long it takes to grind this, it takes 35 of these charge hits to get to max level. Yo, Sanchu, hello to you too. Thank you for the good luck. I'm gonna need it. 02 is easily the second hardest game to 100-point rank in the whole series. So we'll see how it goes. It's fine though, because I got time. Yeah. Yo, Sanchu, I saw you practicing 03 a couple of days ago. How are your runs going? Are they treating you well? I was also intrigued to see that you're using the DS collection, like you're playing on the DS collection, and I was wondering for the reason for that. I'd also like to ask if you've looked into the screen hack for the Zero collection on DS, because there is a hack out there that allows you to expand the screen, the dimensions on the screen to fit DS dimensions, which gives you a little extra, like, you know, time to react to things in front of you, because you got more, the screen crunch is reduced. But that's the last of that, so I'm gonna get over here now. I'm always scared to death that I'm gonna hit those things on the way out. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, that's the next level. Gonna switch to X form here. Hope we get this off. We did, good stuff. I'm always afraid I'm gonna mess up that wiggle. It's quite easy to mess up the wiggle. Especially if you're playing on stream. The stakes are a little higher. I'm a little more nervous. Oh, I messed it up. Well, that's all the damage I can take. So I may as well stick to X form. Any more hits I take are gonna, you know, I'm gonna have to reset. And that's the exact number. The damage you can take in 05 is, or 02 is 5 points. So I'm exactly at that threshold right now. Hope he treats me nice. Nope. Please don't. Okay, good. Gonna wait a little bit here. Hot dog. Ah, he treated me very nice there. And that's it. That, like, just made the enemy requirements, honestly. Good time, too. I had about 40 seconds in the clear time there left over. So that was really good. I'm so tense during that stage, because if I have to reset after I grinded my weapons, then I have to re-grind them. It's kind of like, it's on the exact border of almost being not worth it. Because the other thing, what I used to do, and it was a lot safer, usually I would still grind my weapons there, but then after I'd grind my weapons, I would game over, so that my mission status would reset, and then I'd have as much time to complete that stage as anything. That's what I used to do. I stopped doing it because I just got tired of game overing. You know, it just like took me out of the zone. It kind of broke the immersion. The stakes are definitely higher doing things that way, like in just one go. But, you know, I figure I may as well make use of that very lenient time limit for that stage. So that's what that's all about. Yo, that was fun, and yes, I was playing DS Collection. Yo, you were playing DS Collection. I know, I was quite intrigued by that. I feel like I would do it myself under normal circumstances if there was a remastered music mod for the DS Collection. It's kind of got me between a rock and a hard place because it's like I want to try that out primarily for the screen hack. I used to play on the DS collection all the time for just, you know, when it came out in like 2010. I used to play that collection exclusively all the time, and that was fun. Yeah, it's cool to hear, to learn that the code from the DS collection was almost like translated over to the Legacy collection like 1-to-1. So, but yeah, I think this is such a good collection because the foundations that were established in the DS collection were so good. Like, you know, it set a lot of the groundwork in there. But yeah, I'm curious to know if you've looked into that hack, like the screen hack to make the screen dimensions bigger. And your experiences with that if you've tried it out. Okay, we're getting into the next one now. Which one did we get? We got the fire chips. We're going into this next. Kind of complex of 5, odd number damage is allowed in MMZ2 to get 100 points. I wish the number was 6. Dude, those are my exact thoughts, yeah. I have been of that opinion from the very beginning. Like, because it's very noticeable that enemies generally do even amounts of damage. Like, generally you're taking like 2 points of damage or 4 points. And those even numbers obviously divide better into 6 than they do to 5. 5 is a weird number. Like, generally, if you take like 2 points of, if you take like 2 hits, 2 or 3 hits, it's going to divide into an even number of damage than 5, you know? So it's very strange. 0-2 is a weird game. I still love it. You know, it's a part of the Zero legacy, but it's a weird game in many ways. You got the weird 5 points of damage. You got the weird saber charge timing being delayed, because like the saber takes longer to start charging versus the other games. You got the weird like dash mechanics where if you dash against a wall or against the screen, like the edge of a screen, your dash is canceled. And like, what's up with that? It's so funny. It's a very strange game. 0-1 had a lot of strangeness as well, but I think that could easily be excused on the basis of like it's being the first thing. 0-2 gives me the vibes of its weirdness being due to rush. You know, like it feels like a kind of like rushed strangeness, as opposed to 0-1 where it's like a noob sort of strangeness. It's like they're trying to figure things out and whatnot. I don't know. I mean, you know, I adjust to it. That's how I've always been with these games. It's like I adjust to it and kind of like work around it, and there is some fun in that. But it is still like inherently strange. But you know, after you've been playing the games for quite a while, you get used to it, like anything. Okay, switching to fire chip here. I think I like active form for this. X form's good too. Do I grind here? I do grind here. 1, 2, or not? Wait, do I? No, I don't. I do the other room. This is one I do. Don't hit me, please. Thank you. Very polite fishes. Okay. 3, 4. So easy to get hit here, by the way. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 should be enough. This music's so good. Oh, wait, I wanted to jump over him, that's right. Almost got hit by him there. Maybe I should charge my saber too, actually. I got hit. That's unfortunate. That's like 4 points, 5 points? I don't know. Probably can't take any more hits than that. Come on. Yeah. Kind of messing up my jumps. I think I'm nervous. Alright, this guy gives me trouble sometimes. It's not that any of these bosses... Oh! Yep, he did it there. Yeah, it's that icicle attack that tends to get me sometimes. It's not that any of these bosses are hard, it's just that One wrong move and you gotta reset. Okay, now it's pretty chill. Pun intended. Oh, missed that. Ouch. That's embarrassing. Various things are weird about this game. They are. Whoa, okay. Ah. On one hand, I'm being slow, but on the other hand, that's kind of cool. Because I like to listen to the music. Oh, okay, watch it. Okay, come on. Maybe I should be switching to active form at this point. There we go. Wow, okay. I'm really messing things up here. I think I do usually use active form. My movement feels a little off. Okay. Good news is that we made it without getting hit by anything else. Various things are weird about this game, yeah. Oh, did I say that already? I don't know. Easy every time. What you'll see a lot of speedrunners doing, they make heavy use of the charge chain rod. I don't use that at all. It's way too risky for me for a run like this, for a playthrough like this, because you have to get really close into the enemy's face to use that. It's very close, like too close for comfort. So usually I'm generally using charge shots. Primarily for safety. Again, speedrunners, all they have to lose is time. I have to lose the whole stage if I get hit by those things. So, everything in perspective here. I wonder what the dash cancel glitch is? Oh, you're not aware of it? It's this. Okay, so I'm going to dash against the wall here. Yeah, okay, so notice how my dash was canceled. Or hold on, I'm not there. I didn't make contact with the wall there. Right? Okay. I made contact with the wall there. There. You see what's happening? Okay, we're not there. Well, I'm not holding the button there, so that's why it's not happening there. There. See what's happening? My dash is getting canceled. When I bound off the wall, I'm not dashing off that wall. That is a thing that's only in 0-2. It's very annoying. Yeah. And I have to adjust all my strategies to reflect that, like to keep that in mind. Thinking of using defense form when I fight the boss, because the damage of charge attacks is not different from normal forms. Yeah, very true. That's something that goes very overlooked about defense form. Like you see a lot of elitists in the zero spear saying, "Oh, you know what? Defense form's the worst form of all. It's like crap. Your combos are crap. You can't do anything with it. It's crap." Well, that's not true. Not by any means. Not in my experience. You're absolutely right. The charge attacks give the exact same amount of damage output with the defense form as they do with any other form. Also, an overlooked thing, one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that with the shield boomerang has actually the shield boomerang's charge has increased damage with the defense form. Not a lot of people know that, but it does have increased damage with the defense form if you're using defense form. So I'm not a big defense or shield boomerang user, so you won't see that a lot from me. But for those who do like shield boomerang, they can get additional utility out of defense form from a damage perspective. It's a very cool thing. Ah, gotcha. You know what the glitch is. Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess you were asking like how it works then. Yeah, I don't know how it works. I just know it's a thing and a very annoying thing. But yeah, I think I get the most annoyed with 0-2 than any of the games. Like 0-1 is the hardest to 100 points. But a lot of the problems with that are kind of predictable. 0-2 is kind of unpredictable in a lot of ways. Again, you can tell it was rushed. It's quite obvious. Speaking of defense form, I actually am going to use it here because, embarrassingly, I run into a lot of gears by accident here. which is kind of inconvenient because like defense or X form would definitely come in handy. You know, because again, the Buster does more damage, and the Buster gets heavy use in this stage. But I run into a lot of gears here to the point where I kind of have to work around it. I have been practicing it a bit, though. Well, that hurt. I guess that's another reason to use Defense Form. My rank is still there. Not anymore. Okay, good. Whew. Ouch. Oh, I gotta reset. Yeah, that's a tough... You know, that's kind of a funny stage for me. Like, in theory, I want to say I never should have trouble with it. Because it's like, it's totally flat. The enemies are like, they're kind of always in the same places, sort of. But, you know, I find that those carriers, they respawn so fast when you go like an inch off screen, like from their spawn point, that it really throws your I don't know, kind of messes with your anticipation. You can't really see them coming sometimes because they just respawn so fast at the, you know, soonest thing. Yeah, honestly, everything, yeah, the only thing that's not troublesome about the stage is the boss. In my experience, anyway. Okay, we're gonna focus here. Sometimes I just stop there because I don't want to get too far into the carrier zone. Yep, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about, man. They respawn at just like a second's notice. I think I'm still within the rank, though. I was really lucky there. Oh, I'm just now remembering that I've been doing the stage wrong. I usually go under those things, come to think of it. Oh well. Okay, well now we can do it right. Now we have an excuse to do it right. No, I've been messing up my whole general way of doing that stage, actually. Usually I usually go on the bottom of the carts, like on the lower layers. I hang to the bottom layers until the shell enemy sneaks up, at which point I hang the top. Yeah, that was a lot harder than it should have been. It really does do you a lot better when you practice. Like, do a little warm-up practice before you do a run like this. It's a lot less frustrating. I thought I would be pretty cool going into this because I did a good amount of practice like 2 days ago when I was talking with Josh when he popped in. But, okay, yeah, I hang the bottom, that's right. I'll switch out this ice when I get the chance. Zoom. Oh, I messed that up. There's a gear that comes here. I'm gonna wait this out for safety. Biggest enemy of these runs is just impatience, honestly. Okay, now I hang the top. I'm not sure where the carriers are here. I think there's one right here, yeah. Might be one more, yeah. Okay, now we're clear. This is when everything gets easier. Just gotta focus on hitting these things now. I switched to power form here, so I can take these things out in one hit. It's very chill, usually, as long as I don't mess it up. I can mess this up, honestly. Sometimes it gets like so repetitive that you make unnecessary mistakes just because you're careless. But they're the exact same patterns every single time, honestly. The only reason you would ever mess this up is if you're getting, like, careless, like if your guard's down. Okay, cool. Okay. I need a few more gears. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's too much, but better to be safe than sorry. You hear you? Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty easy fight. And now that I said that, just watch me screw it up. Hang the sides and just pelt him. Buster shots. Or saber charge shots if he's close enough. Now I think he's within saber killing range. Nope, not yet. There we go. Obviously, you want to make sure you're on top of the cars when on the last kill, because another weird thing about this game, as if there weren't enough already, the last hit will freeze you in place. The last hit on a boss will freeze you in place. So if you're above a pit at the time you hit a boss, you will fall straight into that pit and sink like a rock. Okay. That took a few tries, but I guess I should really expect it by this point with that stage. Okay. What are we doing next? We're doing Snake Man next. We stick with... I think we can go with Flame Chip here. Also, shoutouts to the extra voice lines. Again, that's the mod coming into play. I think that line might be taken from either the drama tracks or, again, SNK Cross Capcom. Not entirely sure. I really do want to explore that, though, because I'm wondering... It seems a little strange. The premise of Seal saying a line like that during SNK Cross Capcom or the drama tracks is a little strange, because you can tell she's specifically asking you if you want to save your data or, like, check on your data, which wouldn't really make sense in the context of a drama track. Okay. Getting to it. These guys always snipe me, so I'm gonna have to try to watch out for them. The underground mole enemies, I mean. Nice try. Knew there's one there too, yeah. Oh, one there too. Okay, good. Here's where I grind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or 10 enough. Maybe 10. I should probably get those out of the way. Thought about skipping though, but you don't want to risk anything if you don't want to. Kill him just for good measure. Do sneaky leap there. You have to use chain rod for that one. Yeah. And for some reason there are platforms there. I don't know why. I mean, you can clearly just wall hop that. Let's switch to ice while we're at it. You don't have to do jump saber to protect blocks in that train mission. I always only stand on the specific spot and press saber button from there. The problem with that, Sanchu, I know the strat you're talking about. The range on a normal saber slash to get the enemy that comes directly from above, it's too small of a hitbox for my liking. Like a normal saber slash covers a very small hitbox above you, and it's too small for my liking. I like the like additional range that a jump slash gives you. It's safer. Again, I have to prioritize safety a lot in a run like this, because, you know, my margin for error is just too small. I'm always afraid I'm going to go inside that door by accident. in trying to pull the chain rod, or in trying to pull that block over. Because sometimes the chain rod glitches out and it doesn't grab on top of it doesn't grab onto the block. And what that can lead you to do is, like, you know, go left by mistake or go right by mistake and accidentally enter the door. I don't know if it's ever happened to me, maybe like once or twice, but I'm always afraid it's going to happen to me because I can easily see it happening. A lot of people like to use Rise form with this guy. I don't like that. Because I find I can just... I like being able to... Oh, hold on. I messed that up, actually. Did I take too much damage? I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, a lot of people like to use Rise form with this guy. I don't like it because there is... how do I explain it? 4 points. Okay, we made it. Okay, so the last slash of the triple slash from the normal form, it goes farther than the Rise slash. It's also faster. The Rise slash has a bit of a delay on that last hit. But I mainly use the normal form for the additional range on that last slash. I find that it's just... Again, it's safer. And that delay that the Rising Slash gives me is a little too much for my liking. Yo, Lings! Hey, guys, we got the coolest cat in the club here! Yo, Lings, welcome the heck in! I saw you were playing. You thought you could escape me? Huh? Did you? I did, man. I thought I was trying to, but you found me. You're too good. You're like an actual cat that can hunt its prey down to the last place that you would ever expect to find. Yo, but dude, I saw you were playing Pokemon Crystal Clear. That is becoming an epidemic. That game in among the buds recently. You know, Varunius was playing it too. Actually, and I saw you were cool and you're using your cool your custom like sprite. Based on your VTuber model, which our good bud Varunius designed for you, if I'm not mistaken. Hats off to him. Hats off to you, too. Hope that game's going well. That's a really cool project, by the way. I was watching him play it the other day. Morgan, yo, welcome in. I was watching Varunius play it the other day, and I was just cracking up at just how many Mega Man references there were in there. Like, that specifically, there's that one trainer who's, like, giving all those Zero Series references. I love the heck out of that. He was, like, shouting out Everlasting Red. He was shouting out, like, Omega. His Pokemon had, like, Zero boss names. It was great stuff. Dylan stopped by. Yo, the man himself. I'm so glad to hear that, Lynx, because I made sure to give him the link to your Twitch channel, you know, when he was asking about you, so he could gift you that copy of the Legacy of the Star Force collection. I really wanted to make sure he had your link because I wanted him to see how awesome you were and like how big of a Mega Man fan you were. I wanted him to see that code was going to the home of a very passionate Mega Man fan. And like, what more can you ask for than that when you're giving someone a gift like that, right? You want to make sure that any gift you're giving anyone is going to a good home. So I can assure you, I was able to assure him that you were able to appreciate that, and I wanted him to see him for himself when he dropped by your stream. Because yeah, I mean, dude, your passion is unmatched, and it's so evident whenever you go to your streams. It's like, you know, you're so passionate about what you love. I think it's great. Yes, we will. Been lurking for a while. Appreciate you, Morgan. Hey, thank you, but I haven't started it until I finish East 10. I'm sure I'm at the end game. Gotcha. Oh, dude, you're gonna love the East 10 end game. I love the East 10 end game. That was a great game. Yeah, I would talk about it more, but I gotta focus on this right now. So give me a hot minute here. There's more I want to say about that, and not all of it I will be able to say. But also, who else has showed up? I'm sorry if I've been ignoring anyone else who's been in the raid. Yo, Shiro Nya, welcome aboard. Yo, hey, good to have you in here. I hope you like Zero, because we're going Zero places, which isn't to say we're going nowhere. Oh, I mean, we might. It'll depend on how this playthrough goes. But I'm making a save assist here because God forbid I have to go through that dialogue again. The game will make you go through that dialogue again if you have to reset. So, but I'm turning it off immediately to make it simulate a normal playthrough as much as possible. Okay. Buster him. This is a fun stage. It's really fast. Sneaky Buster shot there. The sneaky one over here. Him. That over there. I missed that guy. I have to get a few more enemies. I hit like one there. Okay, good. Two more. Should be enough. I don't think I need that many more. Okay, getting into it. There is like no trade-off at all of using defense form here, so I'm just gonna use defense form. For safeties. Ouch. Okay, that's why you have a charge buster on hand. You always keep your subs handy for incidents like that. Okay, switching to who's next actually? It's Fireboy. Cool. Okay, now my favorite one, which by the way, he's actually not my favorite. Oh, I didn't charge that buster fully. It's fine. Maybe. Oh, okay. That's why we used... Well, okay, it was a little tricky there, because I don't think I would have been hit by... I think I would have busted that icicle in time if I had buster form, but the fact I got hit by it anyway with defense form is, you know, it's less damage. Okay, but we're going to set up here for the most hardcore stage in the series. Yo, Lynx, thank you. Dang, 7 watch streak. Man, you've been a dedicated fan, boy. Appreciate it though. Like, holy crap, man. Thank you so much for always like being so chatty. You know, that kind of thing. Let's see. Gonna have that going. We're going to equip the triple shot here for one specific little bug that I'm going to use later on. But that should set us up, I think. Yeah, we're going into the most... I know, everyone hates the next stage so much. It's undoubtedly the most hardcore. Well, maybe exempting any boss rushes, but it's really hardcore. It's very long. There's a sort of like escort-esque sort of like mission in it. And it's just not fun. It's my favorite stage in the whole series, though. Oh, hold on. Just drop the mic. There we go. It's actually my favorite stage in the whole game, in the whole series, though. I kind of like that it's so hardcore. Well, the thing about it for me, too, I used to practice this stage so often when I was a kid. Like, I had a save file dedicated exclusively to practicing this stage, and I would revisit it just like whenever I had like a little bit of downtime. Just because it was like I wanted to get better at it, you know? And it was one of those stages. It's one of those stages that gives you a real rush when you're going through it, you know, like between like that really like rockin' music, the high adrenaline music, and like the airship hopping, and it's a really cool premise. Like the setting is great, and the music is great, and it's just, yeah, it's just a rush. What can I say? And it feels like even more of a rush when you get good at it. So it started. I hated the stage when I first started it, but you know, I wanted to get good at it over time. So here we are, and I'd like to think I'm going to go pretty fast through it. We'll see. Yeah, but it's definitely a divisive subject. This game series is super cool, and Skybane does S-rank runs look easy. Oh, I do not make them look easy, man. I'm resetting all the time. I appreciate that, though. Those are super kind words, man. Thank you. The only thing I've been told about East 10 is to remember the rune stone in the first dungeon. Oh yeah, there's a little bit. There's an Easter egg there. It's true. Really cool one too. Yeah, definitely. You make sure you don't forget that, man. It's really interesting. Basically, I was told it'll make sense when you get there. Uh, it doesn't really. It leaves a lot of questions, honestly. But you'll find out when you get there. Did begin Star Force Pegasus off stream. Oh heck yeah, man. Hey, hope you enjoy it, dude. I hope. You should stream that though, I think, eventually. I think Dylan would enjoy watching that because he's such a big promoter of Star Force right now and like getting people to play it, primarily to support the Mega Man franchise. Yeah, but it's good stuff. No problem, man. I like it here. Well, I'm glad you like it here. I like having you guys here. You too. Start Leo as soon as you finish X. Okay, wow, good luck with that, man. Okay, I gotta focus now. Oh, this is so hardcore. I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into the zone. Oh, okay. I might throw off my cycle a bit. I waited there a little longer than I should have. Okay, good, I made it. Ooh, too close. There. Let's see. We have it equipped? We do have it equipped? Okay, watch this. Watch this, guys. This is so cool. I love this. Okay, gonna get a super fast quick kill off this guy. Heck yeah. Oh, that was as good as you could do it. There's a bug in this game where if you combine one attack hitbox with another hitbox, you do damage by frame. So the hitbox of those icicles inside the ship, they like intercepted with my charge saber hitbox, and they did damage by frame as a result. There's only one other boss I'm aware of. Well, I think there are a couple bosses, but I don't usually encounter most of them in the playthroughs I do. The other boss that's like that is the big like weird kettle boss from 01 during the train stage. If you use a shield boomerang and you like combine that shield boomerang hitbox with any other attack, then you also do damage by frame there. I don't normally do that because I don't generally go to that stage with the shield boomerang. But yeah, that's another thing that I've seen other people do. Yo, Ty! Hey, welcome in. Good to have you here. Ty's a friend of mine, one of the community fan artists. He's a Battle Network fella. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, I hope you enjoy a game which is in the same generation as Battle Network. This game was the Zero series was right alongside Battle Network at the time that it was released. So yeah, cool stuff there. Okay, I'll make sure I get enough enemies here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This stage has the highest number of enemy kills or requirements in any stage in the Zero series. It even beats out Duel in the Desert from 01. You know, that one stage where I had to defeat like 50 enemies consecutively, and it was super boring. But yeah, so Duel in the Desert has a total of 91 enemy kills that you need for 100-point rank. This stage has like 110. So it's like a good 92, yeah, it's a good like 20 extra enemies over Duel in the Desert. It's kind of crazy actually when you go into it. I think I'm supposed to go with active form here. Oh, actually, I was supposed to charge there. I'll wait it out now. There we go. Love this music so much, man. Wait that out. Gonna dump the Buster there. Okay, now we get that. Buster him, shoot that. Smash him, Buster him. Hit that. Make sure we don't get hit by this guy. Sometimes we do. We didn't. Good. Okay. Really risky strat coming up here. Yeah, cool. Let's see. Okay, here's where I get to really flex. I think I'm going to go with defense form here just because there's no trade-off to doing anything else. Oh, also, disable this. So the thing about the strat I'm going to show off here, it won't work if I have this EX skill equipped. This EX skill has a very narrow hitbox. So even with the strat I'm going to use, it won't do what I need it to do. But yeah, I showed this off during last stream because I had to. You know, just as its own thing. But this is so neat. Like, this is so cool. I can't wait to show it off. Okay, so you know those zombie guys? if you know them, you hate them. That's all there is to it. You hate them because they are too low normally to destroy with a buster. However, that only applies if it's a standing buster. If you're using a walking buster shot, charge shot, then you will hit them even when they're crawling. I found that out really just recently, and it changed my life. Because normally, before, I would defeat those things with Saber. I would go in with Saber, and I'd have to wait until they got close enough in order to hit them. And that was risky because, you know, if they get close enough, they hit Seal, usually. He got really too close, as it was. Well, that was close. But yeah, you can't really stray that far from Seal during this mission, which is why it's nice to defeat those things with a buster. I wasn't able to do it before, though, because I wasn't aware that a walking animation brings the charge shot just low enough to where it can hit those things, even when they're crawling. But yeah, now that I know that, it's a literal game changer. Like, I can just stand here, use the shield boomerang, protect Seal, and just hit those guys from a distance. It's a wonderful thing. It's also cool, too, because the charge, it doesn't... You know, it's a very quick shot. Like, you can bring up the shield boomerang very fast after you use the shot, so it's not risky at all. With the Saber, it's a little more difficult because the Saber animation is a bit longer. So those are all frames that you don't have the shield boomerang for. And for every frame that you don't have the shield boomerang for, it's a frame... Well, okay, I gotta charge this up, apparently. It's a frame where she could be more easily hit. Yeah, and if Seal gets hit even once by anything, be it a missile or a zombie, I gotta reset. She can't take even one hit for 100-point ranks. So it's pretty hardcore. Okay, but we did that very nicely there. Do enemy beat requirements for S rank remain the same in all levels, or each have their own? You mean the number of enemies that you need to kill for each stage? It's all different. Each stage has its own number of enemies that you need to kill, and that number is all different for each stage, if that's what you're asking. Okay. Get that shot off. Got that good. Got that too. Chase after him. There. Missed that. Unfortunate. Oh, missed that too. Also unfortunate. Okay. Missed like 2 hits, but it was still good. Whew. And that is the most hardcore stage in the series. You could tell I've practiced it quite a bit. It's not normally... It's not, by any stretch of the imagination, it's not that easy on any first go. But, you know, practice makes perfect. Let's see. Indie games are made in a way that's not really BS, just so subtle you wouldn't really notice. A friend who hated Luminous Avenger IX2 is now finally enjoying it now that he's understood tech to a much deeper level. Yeah, no, it's absolutely true. I will say, I really do think that Zero 2 is the weirdest of the bunch. It's just got some strange things going on that the rest of the Zero games don't have. And a lot of that stuff, it kind of throws you for a loop if you're going into it from any other Zero game. Even Zero 1, which, you know, you would think that game has the most quirks because it's the earliest game in the series. And it certainly does have its own differences for sure. But a lot of those differences, I think, are like inexperienced changes or differences, as opposed to this game where I feel like they're rushed, like they're rushed quirks. Like they're different kinds of quirks, right? They're like noob quirks that you make when you're inexperienced and don't know any better, and then eventually you improve on it. And then there are rush quirks, which you get, like mistakes you make from rushing something like too much. I think this game falls into that latter category. Like, you can tell that this game was made in like 3 months because of those strange quirks. Like the Buster, and to kind of like go on about that, I was kind of going into it a bit earlier, but yeah, like the Saber takes longer to charge than the other games. If you dash against a wall, it cancels your dash. Like here, I'll show you. Like that. See, my dash momentum did not carry off when I bounded off that wall. So the dash, you know, it cancels your dash if you go up against a wall, or even go against the edge of a screen, and you have to make adjustments for that. What else? I don't know. I guess I could go on and on, honestly, but you got to stop at some point, right? If I recall correctly, you played the X series in the GameCube collection too around that time, right? Are you replying to Taitodu at links? Because I didn't. I played the Anniversary Collection on PS2. Yeah, that was my exposure to the X series. Yeah, number of enemies needing to kill. Oh yeah, so those are all different in every stage, in every game. Yeah, which they really should be, you know, because all the stages have their different number of enemies appearing and you know, different stage length too. So it really should be, yeah. Yeah. Alrighty, so I think we saved, so we can go into the next phase now. I love Burble Hecalock. I always say this because it's so funny, but Blood thinks he's on the team. Blood thinks he's on the team. BRB, gotcha, Lynx. Hey, take your time. Do what you gotta do. We are gonna take care of him first, though, because he is a pain. I think Burble Hecalock is the most annoying boss in the series. Phantom turned into a frog, yeah. You know, it would be a little more excusable to me if he were part of Phantom's unit. But he's not. He's a part of Harpuya's unit. Or wait, was it that... Actually, now that I think about it, I think Phantom's unit, like all the members of Phantom's unit transferred over to different, like the other teams after Phantom died. So I want to say Phantom's unit got transferred over to Harpuya's unit. So he might have been part of Phantom's unit at one point. And in that respect, he might fit a little more in. But he still doesn't. Get that. Is this where I grind for? Up, every time. Those moles always get me. Him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That should be enough. More than enough, honestly. What do I gotta do here? Not die, that's what I gotta do. Let me switch to ice, actually. Do a sneaky little hop there. It's just close enough. Whoa! I forgot he was there. Go. Did I get hit yet? I might have gotten hit. Not sure. And let's just skip him. I think I defeated enough enemies. Isn't this music great? I always gotta comment on it. It's all great. Oh, almost got hit by that bullet. Okay, try not to get hit here. Much easier with X form, where you got more bullets on the screen, so you can cover more of the distance. I used to actually grind there for the extra enemies I needed, but I would keep getting hit by those buggers. Yeah, so we moved locations. Okay, Burble Hecalock, let's do it. So, here's another distinction, a different way that I do the fight as opposed to how most people do it. I don't destroy the leaves. I make absolutely certain that I don't destroy the leaves. Because, and it's a funny thing to me because I see most people destroying the leaves, like most speedrunners and whatnot. I don't destroy them because they are indicators of where the bugs are going to drop. You know, like if you keep them around, then when he throws down the bugs, so the leaves shake down where the bugs drop down and gives you a nice hint of where you're supposed to move from. Like right there. So you see the leaves rushing down there. Those leaves were indicators of where the bugs were going to drop. If you destroy those leaves, if you destroy the foliage above you with fire, then those leaves will not show up, and you don't have as much time to react to where the bugs are going to fall. And you kind of need to react to them because obviously, you know, you don't want to get hit by anything if you can help it. So that's why I don't destroy them. Let's see. Let's set up for the next stage here. Go with active form, because why not? Oh, this needs to be ice stuff, right? Always find it funny the enemies just explode whenever you enter a door. I don't think that's the same thing with every game in the Zero series. I think it's the case with some of them, but not all of them. But it is really nice when they do have that feature, because, you know, you could just, like, walk around them and let the door do the work. So, you know, anything you can do to save effort on your part is obviously appreciated, however little it is. All the game's enemies go boom? Is that true? Okay, maybe I haven't noticed. Or maybe it hasn't been as noticeable in all the games as I noticed. MMZ music feels largely overlooked since it's longer tracks, so they build up while previous sub-series music get to the point faster and loop faster. Ah, Lynx, that's a very good way of describing it, honestly. Yeah, it's very true. Probably to avoid cheap hits during the transition animation. Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely, you're right. Yeah, and this music, you know, the remastered music, I think takes even longer to get to the point, maybe. But it's so good that, you know, we make amends. Or, you know, we make compromises, is what I'm saying. Okay, Fafnir. Fighting Fafnir. Fafnir has a cool thing where, and this is not the case in 0-1, you can block a lot of his projectiles with the shield boomerang. It's really cool. And it makes the fight very easy because you can block them. Okay. That didn't do enough damage. Missed that. Come on, charge. Yeah, good enough. You'll find me freezing the top, usually the top ones, even though I don't stand on them. I like to be able to safely hit my head against them if I need to, so that's why I freeze them. Good, got that. This always looks kind of clutch, but it's not that bad. This one right here. Okay. Wait here. Buster that guy. This guy just in time. Then we can just climb a lot of the way, making sure we don't hit those guys. And then 12 enemies here, I think. 2, 3. I'll miss that one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good stuff. All right, Fafnir time. It's so nice that you can go into this form with defense form and also get the shield boomerang damage boost with the defense form. Because that's something that a lot of people don't realize about defense form. It ups the attack power of the shield boomerang. I won't be using it, maybe, but you know, good to have it anyway. Ouch, that was stupid. But that's why we have defense form. Also stupid. Okay. He's probably gonna just use this for the rest of the fight. Oh, that was close. Yeah. He loves spamming that when he gets the chance. There we go. It's kind of nice. Active form would be the other form I would use against him. But you know, the extra damage buffer is nice for sure. You know, with the defense form, I mean. Clean jumps, thank you. Never tried that before. Good to know. Yeah. Probably to avoid sheep hits during the transition. And oh yeah, I mentioned that already. Forgot Fep had that move. Yeah. Yeah. He likes it. He really likes that move. And he only uses it, I think, like it's his EX skill, so he only uses it when you have an A rank or higher. So a lot of speedrunners won't see that. Like if you've watched a speedrun of this game, you generally won't see that because speedrunners purposely avoid high ranks in order that the bosses don't use their EX move. Because a lot of times their EX move, I mean, you know, obviously they're more dangerous, but they also usually take a lot of time, and the bosses are generally invincible when they use them. So all great reasons to avoid it if you can. Yeah, it only shows on S or A. So yeah, but I really don't like it because it really stalls the fight out, like exponentially so. And Fefnir, I generally get bad luck with him to where he's generally using it twice before the fight ends. Because it's like as soon as he gets that chance, he'll totally bring it out. And I think he uses it when he's like half health or so. But yeah, like as soon as that threshold hits, he is like in there, and that's like all he wants to use. I want to practice that fight more though. I was kind of, you know, I took a little more hits, a few more hits than I wanted to. Again, that's what the defense form is for sometimes, but yeah, I mean, it would be nice to like comfortably go into those fights with active form because it's faster, you know, and it's nice to have like the additional movement speed, especially when you're using the shield boomerang and you can't dash, you know, or you can't dash readily when you're holding the shield boomerang. So any additional movement speed you have is very nice, and that's what active form gives you. But that's good. Going into it and going into the next one. This can also be a tricky stage. I want to practice all these guys more, honestly. Like they're what are they called? They're armored phenomenon forms. I think I got down pretty well, but their initial forms, like in this set of fights, I could definitely just do with more practice for sure. So I'll get to that later. This is kind of practice too, obviously. You know, I mean, I'm always practicing, honestly. Like, I'm never going to be a master at these games. There's always going to be something for me to learn and get better at. Oh, what's here? Gears? More gears? Yeah, that guy. Cool, cool. One more. Oh, whoa. No. There's another gear here. No, there's not. Buster all the way here. I play it safe with these things. You can kind of go right into them. Like, there's enough time, usually. But I like to play it safe and hide in the cubbies. That one I could have easily made. I was being a little too scared there. Okay. Whoa. Okay, here's where it gets real. I want to destroy that. I want to destroy that. Okay, I did destroy the snowball. You want to destroy that snowball in order to do this following trick. Let me make sure I can get it right. Okay, this is so hard to do. Maneuvering all of these without hitting a bomb is so hard. I did it though. That may look simple enough, but it is really hard to do without hitting a bomb by mistake. Or a mine by mistake is what I want to say. Okay, grinding enemies here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, going into Leviathan. Yeah, I am going to use X-Form here, because I could get a lot of use out of that additional attack power from the Buster in this fight. Hey, you do way better than most. I appreciate it. See, I don't really watch anyone else play this game normally, so I'm kind of just going by my own experiences with, you know, with the game. Oh, I messed that up. Please don't hit me. Thank you. If she's gonna maneuver here. I messed that. Okay, if I could just get her on the last... Good, we got her. Oh, well, almost. I thought I would take her out on that last hit. For some reason, I didn't. Kind of surprised. Oh, well. Still within the damage threshold, though. Just within the damage threshold. I can take up to 5 points of damage per stage. And this game's a lot more optimized. Like, if this was 0-1, half of these boss attacks would take me out instantly and I'd have to reset. But 0-2 is a little better. Like, you have, again, you know, you got... See, 0-1 has a threshold of 3 points of damage per stage. And each bar on my health bar represents a point of damage. So, yeah, with 0-1 you're allowed 3 points. With 0-2 you're allowed 5 points. And that 5 points doesn't really divide very well into a lot of enemy attacks, which do even numbers of damage. And because they do even numbers of damage, they don't really divide into 5 very well, because 5 is an odd number. But it's a lot better than 0-1, where again most enemy attacks are taking you out, and they generally deal more than 4 points of or 3 points of damage. So I've always said, as long as I can take 1 free hit per stage, I'm mostly okay. I want to have just 1 hit for room for error, you know? You know, it's not much, but it's enough. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to switch my skill here. We're gonna go with power form for the next one. Alright, Harpuya. Harpuya is a lot harder with in this game versus Z1, but I guess that isn't much of a comparison. Oh, I missed that question earlier. I'm not sure if you're back yet, Lynx. I will address that when you are back. I like to go into this this stage with power form to take out those carriers in 1 hit. And it doesn't last very long, but you know. Ever seen Magnus speedrun techs? Yeah, I've seen him around the block. I haven't watched like ever a full playthrough of what he's done, but you know, I've seen him around the block. I know his name. I know what he does. Yeah. Most of I don't usually watch a whole lot of playthroughs though, honestly. But yeah, I know that he's around. Cool guy from what I hear. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, that should be good. Let's also go with... let's try active form. See how long it lasts me. Oh, forgot he was there. Buster that guy. Okay. In business. Smash that thing. I think here's where, yeah, that's where the wall is. Found off there. Oh, I'm an idiot. I really had I had no excuse to fall in there. It's very obvious where those platforms are. Like they're all placed in the gaps and the spikes, so it's very obvious where they are. That was just me looking at the chat and getting distracted. Okay, take 2. One here, another there. More of these guys. Hello, please. Thank you. Let's get a sneaky hit off there, just to get more mileage out of the switch. Yeah, let's stick with active buster or active form here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Active form was actually a bad idea. I was moving off the screen a little too fast, not giving it a chance to respawn as I predicted. Good to know for next time. Didn't even need to freeze that guy. Pretty cool. We'll freeze him. Where the wall is. Okay, I'm not gonna make that stupid mistake I made last time. Cool, cool. Okay. We are kind of in business, I think. So another thing that a lot of people don't realize about this section here is that these guys can't... If you kill them, you lose points off your mission score. But if you just do 1 point of or if you just do 1 buster shot in their face, then you'll stun them, and it doesn't take any points off your score. So you can stun them, but not kill them. Oh, I miscalculated there. There we go. This is all very precise. Cool, cool, cool. That's all those guys. Yeah, that's a very nice tip. Especially because, you know, I don't want to have to run into those guys by mistake. You know, they represent, you know, not that big of a threat in general. But sometimes you run into them by mistake. Or, you know, you take one of their bullets, and that's damage you don't want. It's not much damage, but it's damage you don't want. Ideally, you want to save as much damage as possible for the boss. You know, because they're usually the ones who are hitting you. Or they're the ones doing the most damage anyway. Nice try. Ah, beautiful. Okay, he's gonna try it again. Beautiful again. Woo! That's a very difficult stun to do. Where he was about to use his EX skill there twice near the end, but he can be stunned out of it if you line up a charge saber like at the peak of your jump, while he's like, you know, the highest in the air. But it's very hard to do, very hard. And if you screw up the timing, he's likely going to hit you, and that attack I think does more than the damage threshold. I think that attack does like 6 points of damage, and I can only take 5 per stage. So if I messed it up, I would have had to reset, but, you know, it worked out. In the DS collection, this part gets like pixelated. Like Seal gets pixelated, and everything else just kind of gets distorted a little bit. They took that out of the Legacy collection, so it looks a little better. It's kind of still a thing in other boss fights where, especially during the Arm Phenomenon boss fights, where you have when you defeat the Guardians in those forms, they get all pixelated and distorted for some reason. It's kind of strange. I don't really know why that's a thing. But here, Seal was supposed to be distorted as well, and she wasn't. So it was fixed to a mild degree, or at least in one instance. Funny things going on here. Again, 0-2's weird. Okay, I like this stage. This stage is fun. It's fast. What's that? I think I missed... Yeah, I'm not doing things exactly as I planned, actually. Oh, how to come? Wow, really? Okay. Buster him, and that's the stage. Or it would be, but I'm gonna grind a little more here. That should be enough. All right, Rainbow Devil. Whew. Fortunately, he is so much easier than he was in Z1. Poor guy was nerfed to heck and back. And we are all here for it. Again, a lot of people like to use Rise form. Oh, I was an idiot there. Can't really take any more hits. I might get hit here. I did. Okay, gotta reset. It's fine. It's a fast stage. It's too big to be a slug. I know, right? I knew exactly what you were going for there, even before you corrected yourself, Taito. Okay, well, this gives me a chance to do things actually optimally. I'm a little rusty with this game. Come on, man. You know the funny thing about that too big to be a slug line? There's a VTuber I follow, and she's based off of a sea slug. Jorona Van Desi is her name, based on the Jorona sea slug. Likes to inhabit the toxic little critter that likes to inhabit the bottom of the sea floor. She's a big Mega Man fan. It was quite humorous to see her get to Rainbow Devil in 0-1, have her read that line, and see her whole world fall apart. She was so offended. That was funny. Is he gonna take a shower? Gotta get early in the morning, have to drive mom and sis to the bus central. Gotcha, man, hey. So wait, are you going? I'll be RB still. Okay, gotcha. Hey, man, whatever you can do. Appreciate you in whatever viewing capacity you can make available. Something like that. Also, ouch. Okay, I can dodge that. Okay, good. He didn't punch me. What are you gonna do? Okay, I can deal with that. Maybe. Good stuff. Will it be the last hit? It was not. Good. This will be the last hit. Are you kidding me? Okay. I thought I would get hit there, and it would have been fine. I would have been able to take that hit, but I don't know why my charge shot didn't get off. Yeah. Okay, Lynx, I'm actually now reading your comments and processing it as I should be. So that's cool, man. Hey, do what you gotta do. That comment was pretty plain in Japanese, if I recall correctly, too. Yeah, what was it, Taito? Yeah, what was it specifically? I think it was kind of generic. It's like kind of in the vein of like, you're just another small fry or something. I don't know. It just really stands out in Zero's dialogue, which, you know, generally his dialogue in 0-1's pretty flat. You know, it doesn't have a whole lot going for it. So when you read a line like that, it's just so wild and out there, and you don't expect it at all, to where you can't help but laugh at it. All right, but we're going to the first Neo Arcadian Shrine. I think we're shield boomerang this for now. Let's save first. Was along the lines of, "You're too cocky for a small fry." Ah, was it really? I wonder, yeah, even that's interesting, though, because he's not, like, the Rainbow Devil isn't giving any display of outward cockiness. Like, he's just there. Like, is his actual presence just that much of an offense to you, Zero? So, you know, I thought you were more chill like that. It's still kind of funny to me, even in that context. Yeah, it's nice to have active form for this section here, because you have more movement speed to get across that after you... Hello? Thank you. Okay, switch this out. What do I want here? Let's stick with this for now. Good stuff. That was a really clean slice. Good, got it. Okay. Okay, step right up. I think what I do here, clean hit there. Yep. Hit that guy as well, because why not? Okay. Can you come down? Thank you. Up. Okay. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I think I should buster these guys, actually. Cool, cool. Maybe repress memories of Shadow Devil in X5 if I had to guess. That's a good theory. I never thought of that before. 4-0. Probably has a lot of repressed memories. Some of them for the better, maybe. I'm going to switch out here. If I can... No, I'm freezing him. I'm not killing him. I need to kill him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that should be good enough. Here is a very custom strategy to take this guy out easily. Oh, defense form is also important. Normally, okay, so I'm going to be using Buster quite heavily for the beginning of this fight. Normally, I would like the X form to get more power off that, but I'm going to be using an EX skill for this. And EX skills, again, for some weird reason, shoutouts to 02 being weird again, EX skills are not, EX Buster skills are not given more power by the X form. So you don't get any benefit from using X form during this fight, even though I am going to be using it heavily with an with defense form. So yeah. Do I got everything in order? I think I do, so let's go right into it. Yeah, so what I tend to do here, and it takes a while, but it's safe. I laser shot those cannons from a distance. 3, 4, yeah, it takes like 5 hits. Then he's safe. He is so safe now. I will be taking 1 extra hit from him, but that's only going to do 1 point of damage with defense form, so it's totally fine. Ouch, there's the hit. Again, only 1 point of damage, or 2 points. Still fine, though. Missed that. It's kind of risky because I got to get close. And I'm running the risk of getting run over in the process. But again, you're not taking that much damage here either way. With defense form, those bullets only do 1 point. And I got here with 2 points of damage under my belt, so I knew I had a lot of leeway there. But yeah. If I can take him out with the saber, then it is definitely better. Like, because the other way I could have done that, I could have used the Elect Buster too, like the Buster with electricity properties. Okay, A, it's not as much damage, and B, it's more difficult to target his head with that. Like, it's a very small hitbox, so usually you end up missing your shot or like hitting the wrong part of him, and it doesn't do any damage at all. So yeah, I do that. But let's see, we're going into the Temple of Ice now, so we can go with Flame Chip here. Let's stick with active form as well. Saving. Temple of Ice, let's go. Correction in Japanese, he says it's too big for a small fry. Grunt underling. Okay. Yeah, that makes a little more sense. Like, that's not, like, actively insulting his character or personality. Like, his non-existent personality. And it's a bit more generic in the vein of, like, Zero's general style. of talking. It'd be interesting to compare that dialogue alongside, like, his line from 04, where he calls Cocapatry a grunt. You know, like he said, looks like I missed a grunt. Okay, switching to Chain Rod here. For that reason, so we don't have to loop all the way around that section. Let's see, and what else? I think we're good to go with that. He's a very direct guy. Yeah, he is. That's what I love about him. One of the things. Okay, here's a section speedrunners go ham with this place. They're like chain rotting off the walls, just narrowly avoiding the spikes, and it's crazy. I can't even begin to aspire to that level of skill. So I just ride the float, and it's slower, but I'm not a speedrunner. Also, these guys are gonna hit me. They always do. Might be able to do this. Yeah, good. Here's where I grind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 should be enough. Get him too. Sneaky hop off the very edge of that ledge there. Don't get hit by him. Thank you. Yeah, okay. I have been having really bad luck with, for years and years and years, I never had trouble with this Leviathan form. She was always really easy to me, like no problem at all. During practice a couple days ago, I was getting hit by her nonstop. For the longest, like for the first time in just like ages. So I'm gonna go with defense form just to be safe here. A little less damage, but you know. I'm not willing to test my luck after that experience a couple days ago. Because she does hit like a truck when she does hit you. If she hits you. She did not there. Oh, okay. Twice, really? Didn't expect that. I hit that. I did. Hey, good stuff. Oh, that's not so good, though. I don't like that being on screen at all. Get her. There we go. A little riskier than normal, but we did it. All right. Yeah, I didn't need defense form in there after all, but I was safe anyway. All right, Temple of, what is the last one called, actually? Temple of Wind, I think it's called? Yeah. Going to that one next. That's the second to last stage. So we're kind of getting into endgame here, which is pretty cool. As it normally goes, I might spend quite a long time on the final stage, because that's like a whole other beast. But we'll see what happens, though. Seal saving here. Yeah, on the topic of Zero and how much he talks, I do think it's really cool, like, as the games go on, he gets more talkative. And by 04, he's talking quite a bit. We get to see quite a lot of his character in that game as a result, which is really nice, I think. Okay. Grind 5, 10, 15. Let's do 20 just to be really safe. 20. Really fast anyway. Hate I can never hit this thing easily. Oh, got it. Missed it. Fine, that's why you... Oh, okay, you're gonna float up there, that's cool. I've never seen that. That's also cool, yeah. And by cool, I mean actually not that cool. Don't do it again, please. Yeah. Do I usually charge this up? I don't know if I do, actually. Oh, I should use fire for this. For the flowers here. Oh, okay. Sneaky, sneaky. Can I wall climb off this? I totally can, but it's finicky. Good stuff. All right. We got, I'm gonna have to use X form here. Mainly for the missiles that he throws at me. Ideally, I would use defense here too, because I took 2 points of damage back there. And he tends to do like 4 points of damage, which would set me over the limit. But we're gonna go with this anyway. It's a quick stage in any case. Well, aside from this cutscene. I spend longer in this cutscene than I do in the stage. I think the character development is really interesting here, though. Like the way that Harpuya asked for Zero to finish him, or kill him. In the original GBA version, he actually says kill. And the way, like Zero, the fact that Zero doesn't do that is, I think, an interesting, interesting part, like, interesting character development for Zero. Like, he's not going to defeat an unarmed opponent. 6. Dashed under it, heck yeah. Should be able to get one more hit off here. Heck yeah. No, you yummy, no. Oh, I can't. Okay, this is really hard to dodge. Heck yeah. Could have hit him there, but it wanted to be safe. Yeah, good stuff. Alrighty, we're on our way to the final stage now. The hype is real. Alright, changing my setup here, going with elect. Let's go with active too, though I might change that up when I get to the first boss. Definitely make sure to save here. It's a little bit important. Alright, so full disclaimer, like full preface before this, I get into this. This could take me a while. It could take me a while. We will see if I am in the game and if the bosses play nice. It kind of requires a whole bunch of factors to get off, get all that going. Okay, getting into it though. Not falling for him. Go. Switching to that. Yeah. Again, I don't use Rise Form for this. A lot of people like to use Rise Form for, Oh wait, no, this is the wrong boss. I'm thinking of another one. Gotta switch my setup again. It's fine. It's nice because he'll wait for you. He won't actually attack until you provoke him. Oh, he was so nice. Good luck. Thank you, Taito. I need it. Hey, I'll do it now that you wish me good luck. This boss, the X cameos were cool. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I didn't really know what was going on when I saw that for the first time as a kid. But when you actually then like delve into it and you know, see people like dissecting things, yeah, it's really cool. You know, I think there's a Bit, Bite, Vile, and Sigma are the characters that appear there. Which is really, and it meshes well with his theme too, because he's supposed to be a phoenix. So he's like reviving the bosses, like low-key reviving them. Not completely, but he's reviving their essence, if as it were. But yeah, shoutouts to the NT guys for throwing that in there. They love their Easter eggs in general, I will say that. Whoa, close. Whoa, okay. Can I do it? I did. Nice. All right. Let's see. What's this again? That's right. Polar bear. I was really surprised to learn recently, but this boss is apparently female. There's nothing indicating it in the game at all, but apparently it's a she. There we go. Okay, first series treated me pretty nicely. Or at least I was able to adapt to some of their not niceness. The fossil wire sponge in ZXF and the dried up sea of Launch Octopus's stage. Yeah, and like Hylag Uribuckle in Area A from the first ZX game. And Childra Inarabida. Whoa. Childra Inarabida is also in the ice stage of ZX1. Among other bosses, I believe. Those are the two that come directly to my mind. But yeah, they love their Easter eggs. And then the ruins. You know, like the ruins in Zero being kind of based on the ruins from Legends, and how the characters are kind of like slowly more, like resembling the carbons from Legends when you get into ZX2. It's really cool. They obviously gave a lot of thought to the whole series and its connections, which I think is a lot more than you could say for a lot of the devs aboard the other series. Like, as opposed to all the other devs, I think Inti was the one that was most good about drawing the connections, like trying to make their universe tie more into the previously established universe of Mega Man. Okay, gonna be using a trick here. This fight looks so cool when I do it right, so I hope I can do it right. But be prepared for the worst, just because I'm doing it live. Okay, 2 hits there. Switch to... No, wait. Switch to this. Shield Boomerang off him, and fortunately when you switch forms, that animation resets, so you can get right out of that. Oh, I forgot to switch to the Buster though. Big mistake. Yeah, that could have easily gone better. Maybe they'll cooperate. There we go. Yeah, that could have been faster. I forgot to switch out of my Shield Boomerang as soon as I could, so I missed an additional charge Buster shot that I could have got off there. But that was still really good. I'm always striving so hard to defeat those guys before they get into their big spiral attack, because that's a heck of a hard time to dodge. And it takes forever, and they're invincible through it. So you don't want to see it happen if you can help it. Speaking of other trouble that you don't want to see, Herbal Heckalok. Oh, I would never like this guy. Whoa, okay. Okay, he's being a maverick. Well, okay. Never mind, this is the nicest frog I've ever seen. Heck yeah. You know what I wish I could do during that fight? What I wish I could do is use a Rising Slash against him. The fire, so the Rising Slash is this EX skill. It's this. You know that. I could just hit him up there if I use it with fire properties, because the fire properties attached to that EX skill allow you to rise higher and hit him when he's like high up on the wall like that. The problem with it though, it's fire based. In order to get it that high, it's fire based, and that will destroy the foliage. And like I mentioned earlier, I don't want to destroy the foliage. So it's very unfortunate, because that Rising Slash does a lot of damage, and it's very useful when he's in that high up on the wall like that. But like I said earlier, I really don't want to destroy that foliage, because it gives me a hint of where the caterpillars are going to drop. And if God forbid he eats a caterpillar or two caterpillars and he goes into his big fat form where he rolls around all over the place, those leaves will also give you an indication of where he drops from, which is also very handy. Yeah, it's a tough feat to stay consistent when they change hands as often as the Mega Man franchise. It really is, yeah. It really is. I don't blame any of the other developers for not doing that. And I mean, also the Mega Man lore is all tangled and all over the place. Let's face it, it's kind of hard to get straight in many cases. Hey, I love this section here. Cool. Dude, I'm always so tense when I do that. I missed that. That's fine. 1, 2, 3. Don't need that many extra enemies, but being safe should be enough. Oh, that gap is just enough to jump between it. Wow, yeah. I know, it's tense as heck. I have easily taken that death on many occasions. It's not fun, especially after you beat all those initial 6 bosses. The stakes are so high, and you do not want to screw up. Okay, this is a long cutscene too. I unfortunately don't get a whole lot of practice with these. This is the last, the last gauntlet here. Like there are 2 bosses coming up, and they're the last ones. But I don't get as much practice in with them. I mean, they're kind of on the easy side, but I don't get as much practice in with them as I would like, because in order to get to them, I have to go through this cutscene, and it takes forever, and it's quite off-putting. I've never practiced on emulator. If I was practicing on emulator, then obviously I could just make a save state, pass that cutscene, and start the fight instantly. But I don't have that luxury on the Legacy Collection, which I've always been. You know, normally I don't think I've ever actually played the Zero games on emulator before. It's either been on the original GBA, the DS Collection, or the Legacy Collection. Because fortunately, I mean, hey, that's the, I mean, hey, huge shoutouts to that, by the way. Like, I think that's an excellent testament to how, how you're generally not going to pirate things if a game is readily available elsewhere. The Zero games have always been readily available, whether on the original hardware, like the original GBA, the DS Collection, or the Legacy Collection. And as a result, I've never seen the need to go elsewhere. You know, like that's a great, I think that's a great testament to, you know, the appeal of frequently putting these games out and making them accessible, you know? Also, I'm going to switch to defense form just to be really safe here. That attack right there won't take points off your score. It does damage to you, but it won't take points off your score. There's a weird bug with it where it does that. Oh, that's bad. I was right behind it. Not good. My bad. It's fine. Come on, man. Oh, okay, he's being stupid. Cool. Yeah, and so I'm going to be very eager to show that off, actually. I didn't intend to get hit by that that last attack, but I'm going to be very eager to show off that that will not affect the mission score. All that damage I just took there, it's not going to affect the mission score because there's a bug with it. So it's technically still within the realm. Cat Lynx, are you winning, son? You know, okay, so funny thing here, Lynx. I just took damage. I'm beyond the damage threshold right now, but I took that damage from an attack which has a bug associated with it that doesn't take points off your score. You take actual damage to it, but it doesn't take points off your score. And I'm going to be very eager to show that off when I get to the mission score here. So this is still a legal run. Man, I missed that. Missed my timing. I don't want to get hit by that. That grapple's actually a lot further than I thought. Okay. So that should be GG's. We will confirm it on the mission screen. I hope that bug carries over to the Legacy Collection. It did. Fam, that is GG's. We did it in a totally legal manner. Yeah, so it only factors in, you know, shoutouts to 02 being weird. I do not know of any other attack where that bug is a thing. I've gotten hit by, I want to say I've gotten hit by every single attack in this game at some point, and that factored into my mission score eventually. But that one attack from El Piso, the one where he throws down that big ring, which recharges his health, and it does like 5 points of damage against you. But yeah, it doesn't, the mission score doesn't account for it for some reason. So, shoutouts to Inti Creates for at least giving me a little bit of a buffer there. Great stuff. But yeah, guys, that's Mega Man 02, 100 points, as you can see on the screen. Nice run. Which level did you get Energy Form on? Oh, I think that was... Good question, actually. Which one's Energy Form? I don't use that. Let me look that up real quick, actually. I guess you could look it up too, but I'm just saving you the trouble here. Energy Form, MMZ2. Unlock condition. Pick up 25 life capsules in a single stage. Wait, for real? That doesn't sound right. Energy Form. Yeah, it is. Collect 25 energy capsules. Well, I don't know when I did that. I don't know. It was sometime during my previous playthroughs, I guess. Who knows? Yeah. It might have been... I don't know, maybe during the aircraft stage where I'm protecting Seal. A lot of energy pellets drop there. Or I don't know. It might have been too long for me to say. These collections always carry funny bugs. Yeah, you know, Cat Lynx, I'm very curious to know if that bug was in the original GBA version, because I don't recall. I wasn't doing these kinds of runs on the GBA version of 02. That came later on. So I don't know if it is on the original version. I kind of want to say it would be, or just because I mean, I would think they just carried over everything from the GBA to DS, and then this game it just went over straight to Legacy Collection. Yeah. The DS is convenient at the time before the Legacy Collection came out. Yeah, oh, it certainly was. I am so grateful that Inti Creates put out the DS Zero Collection, because I played the heck out of that game too. Probably like hundreds of hours put into that, and it was cool too because I could take my DS anywhere with me. So I would have a chance to like practice different stages, and I would have like different save files reserved for certain stages that were harder, in which I wanted more practice with. So it was great stuff. I love that one to death. Use the OpenMU for save state practice. I did manage to get a recorded run with 100 points on every level, plus every EX skill and form, besides Proto and Ultimate, but I took a little damage on a few levels. Gotcha. OpenMU. So that was for, I guess that was a DS collection you're talking about, J-Gats. Or the GBA. Which one was that? Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's a good challenge, I mean, I've been doing this ever since I was a kid, so and it's never stopped being fun. It's never stopped being hard, but it's like, because it's so hard, it's also like super fun. Like if I was able to like breeze through all this, it wouldn't feel anywhere near as rewarding as otherwise, because like the fact that I feel so satisfied at the end of them is because they're so hard. Is because I haven't mastered them. So it's nothing but a good time. And it's also just really satisfying to like, the movement in this game is so satisfying. It's so smooth. It's so like free from lag. Even 0-2, which has a little more of it than the other games, but it's still a good time. Like, it's just fun, It's fun to play normally. It's fun to play hardcore. So that's why I do it. I don't speedrun these games. I just do the 100 points things. So yeah. Peak Inti Creates engine coding. Yeah, I know. I want to say that's the only attack in the whole series which does that. But I'm certainly glad it is. Honestly, the very fact that I knew about that bug made it so much less intimidating to dodge around it. Because I used to do, I remember when I was first getting into 100 points runs for this game, I would be super cautious about that attack. Like, it would kind of terrify the heck out of me. And I would like really go out of the way to dodge it. But now that I know it doesn't affect the score, I'm like, stay on the ground, just dodge it at the last minute. It's totally fine if it hits you. Like, I get really risky with it because I know that it doesn't affect me at all. It's good. Prism, Tree Bomb. Yeah, Prism plus Tree Bomb in Battle Number 2, still insta-kill and Legacy Collection version of it. Is it really? That's funny. You get 25 health left on. I always do it on Phoenix Magnian because it had such a lenient time limit. I've seen people struggle with it. Yeah, well, most of my time limit on Phoenix Magnian stage is spent on grinding. Like, grinding my levels in that stage. I've got it down to where I can grind, like, I can grind both the Saber and the Buster, and I did it during this playthrough. I can grind both the Saber and the Buster to max during that mission, and have like 30 seconds to spare by the time I beat Phoenix Magnian, which is kind of tight, especially because Phoenix Magnian likes to stall out the fight. Particularly when you don't have the elemental chip, which I don't, because it's the first stage I go into, because I need to grind those weapons. But, I still manage it with 30 seconds remaining, which is really, so it's very convenient for me that it is so lenient, because if it wasn't such a long time requirement, then I wouldn't be able to grind in that stage at all. Or I might, but I think what I would have to do, and this is what I did before, actually, I would grind all the levels I needed, and then I would game over to reset my mission score, because that's what a game over does in this game. It resets your mission score. It doesn't turbo tank your rank. It actually resets your mission score, while at the same time carrying over the levels you get. So, which is very convenient. Also, I got a follow. I didn't see who followed me. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I just heard the notification and I clicked on OBS too late. I'm so sorry, but whoever it was, thank you very much. I appreciate you. But yeah, I don't have any extra time to get in energy form during Phoenix Magnian stage for that reason. Most of my time is like, I got that stage down so formulaic to where I have to spend this amount of time grinding and get to the boss and finish the boss in the remaining time. I can grind out the saber in like 3 minutes and the buster in 1 minute. So that leaves a good 2 minutes for the stage, and that's enough time for me anyway. Have you done an ultimate form run? No, I haven't. And the reason I do kind of want to. The reason I haven't done an ultimate form run is because I want to retain my normal run skills. I'm always scared that if I go into ultimate mode run, like however fun it'll be in the moment, and I know it'll be a lot of fun because, that's just like free reign mode. You got so much power to your name and it's awesome. But I'm always afraid that because it's so lenient, like because you got so much power, I'm going to forget a lot of my strats for normal mode. And I don't want that. But I kind of do want to. I think that would be fun actually to just do as like a really chill like stream sort of thing. So maybe. Gonna tune in for the night. Thanks for streaming and all the nuggets of wisdom. Good night. Yo, Taidu, thank you for tuning in. Hey, have a good night, man. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm glad you could catch the end of this run. So, good stuff. Hello, Mr. Zero. Hope everything's going well. Yo, Magnus. Hey, dude, I got through a hardcore 0-2 run. You got through a hardcore unhinged playthrough, I think. Well, I don't know if you beat it, but holy crap, that game that you've been playing, it looks so hard. I don't know if I'd have the patience to get through it. The only reason I have the patience to do 100 points is because I've been doing it since I was a kid. So it's like I got that foot in the door. But man, what you're doing with Donkey Kong Unhinged is like, it's crazy, man. I'm very impressed with your patience in that game, and I hope the stream went well. Good to see you still grinding the 100 points in Zero. Yeah, it's working out. I got lucky. I got the final stage in 0-2 on the first try, thanks mostly to a bug in. You can watch the replay if you want to see it in action, but I'm so glad I got to show that off, however accidental, because it's so funny to me. There's one attack that El Piso does. It's his big like spiral wheel attack. He'll like jump in the air, he'll throw this wheel down at you, and if it hits you, it saps you of life, and it recharges him. It does like 5 points of damage to you. But despite that, there's a bug with that attack where it doesn't, despite the fact it damages you, it doesn't impact your mission score. Like you can see in the background there, that's my final mission score. I took 1 point of damage from something, I can't remember what. But I also got hit by his like big like recovery wheel attack. That did like 5 points of damage to me, but the mission score didn't record that because there's a bug with that attack. So it's quite nice. It's funny too. This is actually the first time I've actually seen that in the Legacy Collection. Like I used to see it a lot in the DS Collection because that was more I was a lot less well practiced when I was doing it in the DS Collection, so I would get hit by a lot more things. So I would notice it a lot more easily, things like that. But this is the first time I've seen that happen in the Legacy Collection where he actually, because I think that's the first time where he actually hits me with that attack since the Legacy Collection came out. So it was neat to accidentally get hit by that attack for the first time in a while and see the bug in action. But I love it when I get to show stuff like that off. I'm glad I could catch it on stream. Yeah, tough business for sure. It really is. It really is. Yeah, Ultimate Form is fun to just spam bosses with, but as you probably know, it irrevocably tanks your score rank. Does it really? Does it really tank your rank? Because I think doesn't Ultimate Form? Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, man. You're talking about Ultimate Form, not I thought you were talking about Ultimate Mode. Okay, so refresh my memory, man. Is there an Ultimate Mode in this game, or is it just the Ultimate Form? I know there was an Ultimate Mode thing in the DS Collection, which I might be getting that confused with Easy Scenario. And this game has a thing like that as well. I'm not sure, though. But refresh my memory if there is a Ultimate Mode in this game, as distinct from Ultimate Form. Because, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I remember that Ultimate Form does irrevocably tank your score rank, which is why I remember back in the day,
back in the day when I was like into 100% playthroughs of this game, like not just 100 points, like actual 100%, where I'm collecting all the elves and all the forms and whatnot. I used to go for that form. I used to go for the ultimate form on the very last mission, so my score wouldn't tank past A. Because man, even though I wasn't doing 100 points there, I could not bear to see my score go down past A. So, yeah. That's just because I made a habit. That's really all it is. It's like I swear, guys, I'm not meaning to brag about any level of mediocre skill I possess. It's just a matter of I've made certain things a habit over the years just because I've been trying to get more out of these games because I love them so much, and that's just what comes of it, I guess. But yeah, Ultimate Form is cool though. But I don't like. Yeah, okay, if there is no ultimate mode in this game, if there is just the ultimate form, I don't think I would do an actual dedicated run of this game with only the ultimate form. Because, yeah, again, I've made a habit of certain things, and they're so hard-coded in my playstyle now that I can't really divert from them. You know what I mean? It's a personal thing. Just ultimate form. You have to collect, feed, and use every cyber... Oh, holy crap. I forgot about that. You have to collect, feed, and use every cyber elf so it tanks your score. Even if you use every single one outside of an actual level, all at the HQ, it gives you a 24-point penalty on the next level, the last rank, so you could not get... So you still could get an A, but not an S rank. Yeah, dude, now that you're going on about that, I remember that from the original DS collection. I remember that. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I did, actually. I would finish Temple of Wind, then I would use every single elf in the HQ, and then on the last mission, on the final mission, my score would tank, but not past A. And so that was the compromise I was willing to make. But at that point, it was like, it's just the last mission, so I can't really cash in on any of the benefits that Ultimate Form offers in the long term. It was just that last mission where I got to use it. And, that was something in itself, It was kind of cool to just wail on the bosses with the ultimate form. But yeah, I didn't like seeing my rank go below S. I just wasn't used to it. It's yeah. I don't know, man. But thank you for that lowdown. I appreciate that. Yeah. Probably took you a bit to write that. I apologize too if there's a bit of lag with the stream. I'm kind of just now noticing that. There's a bit of lag in between the time that people comment and between the time I see the comment. Kind of irritating for me. I just recently started from the last stream I did. I just started multi-streaming. I'm streaming to both Twitch and YouTube, and I think that's kind of affecting the lag a bit, the latency, if you will. Wonder if there's a speed run involving the ultimate form. Yeah, if there was a speed run involving the ultimate form, it would have to be a New Game Plus sort of deal, because you can't really feasibly collect all the cyber elves, from the very beginning and carry that all the way through and get... Because ultimate, like, the ability to use ultimate form hinges on your collecting all the cyber elves. So then that ultimate, when you would get ultimate form, and then that would carry over to, okay, so here's the thing. You would get ultimate form, then that would carry over to the New Game Plus playthrough. But the fact that you used every single cyber elf also would carry over to the next playthrough. In addition to the score tanking that goes along with that. So the fact you use all the cyber elves, that's going to carry over to the next playthrough and impact your score to hell. So your score would not look pretty because you've used literally every single cyber elf in an attempt to unlock the ultimate form. But you would have the ultimate form anyway, so you would be able to use that from beginning to end, from a New Game Plus onward. And that would be something, I guess. I've never actually, I don't think I've unlocked it. Yeah, I have not unlocked Ultimate Form on the Legacy Collection, because the only playthroughs I've been doing on the Legacy Collection since I got it are the 100-point playthroughs. If you're interested, I'll send you the order I do the forms in to get all of them in one run while still getting the full 100 points on each level. I can do that, J-Gats. Yeah, it's not, I prefer New Game Plus, because I don't have to do that. It's like too much effort. But there are only a certain, I don't end up using that many forms during my playthroughs. So usually I'll go, usually it's not that bad. But I have my own setup for if I want to do like a standard new game with the forms that I need. The only forms I really need are X form, defense form, active form, and power form. And that's it. I don't really bother with 100 points or 100% like requirements when I go for 100-point playthroughs. So I don't go for Cyber Elves. I don't go for a lot of the forms. The only reason I have most of the forms in here is because they've been carried over for various playthroughs. But I can't I can if I could do it if I wanted to. I just prefer to not have to unlock all those forms along the way, because it's just extra grinding in my book. If I could get around the level grinding for the weapons, I would totally do that too. You only use Rise in Power, dude. You know what, Gates? Jay, how do you prefer for me to pronounce your name? By the way, I like to kind of have that known. I've never been able to get into the Rise form. I have found that the triple slash from the normal form has a lot more utility than the Rise form. The Rise form, it's problematic for me because the last slash has a lot less range than the third slash from the normal attack. And it also has a lot more, it also has more lag. It's a slower third slash. And I really have never been able to get into it. I see everyone using the Rise form as like a better normal form, and I've never been able to get behind that myself. It's slower, and I don't like the lesser range. And it only does 1 point of extra damage too, so it's like, it's not that big of a... I can't excuse the trade-off. It's not that good of a trade-off in my mind. But to each their own, obviously. Jay's good? Okay, cool. I was kind of leaning in that direction. Right on. Yeah. Let's see. What do I want to do now? I think people go for Rise because of the stat boost in speed, and because it's the first people unlocked. Doesn't really give a stat boost in speed. Doesn't feel like it, honestly. I've never really noticed anything. Yeah, it might be. There might be a small difference, but... I don't know. I've never really noticed anything different in terms of the speed. There might be something there, though. I don't know. I'm not an expert. But yeah, most of the forms are pretty useless. I only use, even defense form, I tend to only use when I'm streaming, because I get more nervous when I stream and take a lot of unnecessary, like, accidental damage. There's the other one. I don't know, active form's nice too, because of the speed boost. On ladders specifically is where I really love active form. Specifically the ladder hopping section in the final stage. Like, I get so tense during that section, and active form just saves my rear there, because it gives me more time to grapple onto the ladders when my palms are super sweaty. Yeah. Some don't work the way they should, as far as I know. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel too. Like, you don't really notice a lot of the alleged benefits that they're kind of boasting here. But they might be there in some hidden way, as far as I know. I don't know. I'm going to exit here. I want to show off something. I want to show off a bit of an addendum from a couple days ago when I did my 0-1 100 points playthrough. I found out there's a much faster way of grinding enemies in this stage for 100 points, and I totally wasn't doing it. Let me attempt to show it off here. Reset that one. Also, turn that off. Yo, but Jay, I'm quite intrigued by the fact you don't go with X form during your playthrough, because I find that extra power from the Buster is very useful. Let me jump up here. Yo. Oh,
Okay, yeah, here's the place. So I was grinding above this area initially, but this is a much faster way of doing it. Watch this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I only need to, okay, so that's the faster grind strategy that I didn't do yesterday. I just found that out today while practicing it, because I was like, you know, sometimes you get this like revelation and you don't know why you never thought to do anything different before. Like, you know, like I've been doing the much slower grinding strategy for years, and I never thought to do anything different just because that's what I found, you know, that's what worked. And it was boring, but, you know, I just got used to doing it that way, and I never thought to look for any faster way. But that's a lot faster. And it's a lot less boring, too, because it takes a little bit more skill, and it's less tedious, because you kind of have to time your jumps just right to align with those enemy spawns. And you don't have to fight as many. I was fighting like 50 enemies before. In there, you only have to fight 40, and even that is more than I was getting before. Got it. Okay. There's a cool hack in MMZ1 where you can fully upgrade your chain rod in about 30 seconds too. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I've never upgraded the chain rod though. I just don't go for that in my playthroughs, but I am aware of it, and it's really cool. One second here. Good stuff. Yeah, so that's a lot faster. I kind of wanted to show I wanted to show that off just to and it's like, you know, I get through it in like 2 minutes, which is crazy for 93 enemies. That's crazy. Is it cool? Oh yeah, I already read that. Yeah, the reason I don't go for a charged chain rod, I know speedrunners love the heck out of that, the chain rod strats. Did they completely copy that boss and put him in MMZ2? Wait, which boss? Did they copy that boss and put him in MMZ2? Fafnir? No, he's notably different his pattern is notably different in 02. But yeah, the chain rod, I see speedrunners using that like heavily in the 02 strats. I've never used it. I know it can get good damage off, but it's very risky because the damage hitbox, you got to get really up in the enemy's face, and that's just, for a 100 points playthrough, it's just not very safe for me. So I don't do that. Steven was discussing how cool it'd be if someone did a mod for the Legacy Collection to not need levels anymore. Yeah, man, I would eat the heck out of that. That would be like my breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. Yeah, that would be great stuff. I wish it was a thing. I was actually looking into mods/ROM hacks for the Zero games afterwards, and there are a few things out there, but they're mostly like palette swaps or like script changes. Oh, the one I'm talking about, you do at headquarters, no risk of damage. Oh no, no, I'm aware. I know the strat you're talking about, Gats or Jay. It's the one with the block at the beginning of it's the block next to serve you that you can just hit constantly due to a bug, and it powers up your chain rod very fast. I would do that certainly if I used the charged chain rod at all in 02, but I don't. Again, I find charged chain rod strats too risky for a 100 points playthrough, because you got to get out. Did it again. I'm trying to exit the stage or the game here. You know, another thing I did recently, I started up. I usually play on the English version of the game. I started up a Japanese version just so I could have files specifically dedicated to certain stages so I could practice them more. So that's the other benefit of the Legacy Collection here. The ability to swap between versions gives you twice the amount of save files, which is really cool. You know, so, you know, English version has a dedicated number of save slots distinct from the Japanese version. So you can kind of go ham with practice, and it's great. Yeah, watch speedrunners who use charge, chain rod, triple rod, slash combo, and I'm too basic for that. Yeah, I know, it's hardcore, and, you know, it's like, it's too risky. Again, you know, speedrunners can take all the hits they want because they're not going for that. You know, all they have to lose is time. But, you know, if you take too much damage on a 100 points playthrough, you got to straight up reset that stage. So it's not very optimal by any means, which is why I don't do it, and I've never done it, and I've never even considered doing it. And I never will consider doing it, I think. You know, certain things I've come around to over the years with speedrun strats, like the shield boomerang combo, I've kind of come around to with certain bosses in certain places. Because there are certain places you can use the shield boomerang. I'm talking about like the infinite saber combo trick you can do with the boomerang in 0-1. There are certain places you can use that safely and prevent bosses from hitting you and retaliating in the process. But I cannot see a way of using charged chain rod strats in 0-2 while avoiding damage consistently. Like, it just looks too far beyond my skill level. And also, I think I'm a little too cemented in my ways with my 0-2 strats, mostly. I don't know. Maybe, anyway. Let's practice more strats, I guess, for 0-1. Even though I did play through just a couple days ago. Although wait. You know what I also want to do? I also want to start ZX Advent sometime. Try to kind of reconcile my differences with that game. To be fair, Mega Man is the Asset Recycle franchise by excellence. Yeah, it's the Asset Recycle franchise par excellence, you could say. Hey, speaking of ZX Advent's got a lot of that. Oh my gosh, I keep messing up these things. I'm just chatting, I'm just relaxing. Doing a little, I'm just gonna do some practice, mainly to give me a background to talk over. Let's see, what's the save assist here? Oh yeah. Is this where I think it is? No, it's not. Let's see. Where do I want to practice? Let's practice final stage RNG manip. Where? Let's do this one, why not? Wait, fire? Yeah, fire. I remember back in the day, the forums, the complaints about ZX Advent reusing assets, and meanwhile I was staring right at the NES entries. Yeah, it's true. No, links are absolutely true. Any complaint you make about ZX Advent and its asset reusal replies easily more so to the NES games, which did far more. But I think, you know, I definitely noticed it on my first playthrough of ZX Advent. I prefer ZX1 a lot more. Okay, let's see how this goes. Icicle, is he going into... He did, okay. I've been trying to test out lately if after his Icicle attack, he goes straight into an Icicle... Or after his attack where he does like the Icicle arc attack, where he's standing still and he throws the icicles in an arc from his head. I've been testing if immediately after that, he goes into a Icicle stomp as opposed to just a raw stomp. Because I could stun him out of the icicle stomp, but I can't stun him out of the raw stomp. And the reason I want to make sure of that is if I could stun him out of the icicle stomp, then I can go into a shield boomerang combo immediately after, and it's a very easy fight. But if he does the raw stomp, I cannot phase him out of that. He will hit me because I can't stun him out of that, and I will take 4 points of damage, which is more than the damage threshold of the rank. Do you do the Mega Man X series too? Nah, Jay, I don't. I have kind of a sketchy relationship with the X games. I love them. I'll paraphrase it, but I'll preface it by saying that I love the X games, but I can never really get into them in the same way as the Zero games because I was introduced to Zero first, when I was a kid. Then I got into the X games, and I could not help but notice that when I got into the X games, there was all this lag and stutter and like frame drops and all that sort of stuff, which comes with the hardware. It comes with the SNES hardware, as opposed to GBA. The GBA had like straight up double the RAM that the SNES has, and you feel that from 0 to X. X has a lot more lag because the NES is kind of just barely able to handle a lot of the stuff that's going on there with the RAM it has available. With Zero, on the other hand, it's got a lot of RAM to its name, and therefore things are buttery smooth. Gameplay is buttery smooth, and it really spoils your tastes for platforming, So, that's kind of where I was coming from. I still love the X games. I just can't get into them in the same hardcore way I do for Zero. It's like a different level of immersion when I play. But there's kind of an appeal to that too, because it's like since I don't have to be hardcore with X, I could also be like more relaxed, and the games are just more. They're kind of fun in their own way, which is I think a thing a lot of people don't realize about runs like this. Or playthroughs like this. This isn't a run. It's not a speed run. It's kind of its own thing. But, once you get good, you can't really go back, and things kind of develop their own flavor. So there are certain things which you kind of want to stay pure and not get hardcore with. Legends is like that for me, primarily. That's the one name drop I would say. Oh, yo, dropping out, Jay? Well, let me address your comment there before you go. I only play Mega Man X and MMZ2. Oh, only MMZ2? Interesting. Because they are the games that kicked my butt when I was a kid, so it's fun to dominate them as an adult. Anyways, awesome, Ren Man, gotta go. Yo, man, hey, awesome having you here. I really appreciate your intel and your own take. I mean, you're obviously very experienced too with that game. So it's cool to meet like minds, people who think alike with this stuff. But hey, man, have a good one. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and hope to see you around the block. Don't be a stranger. I love the Zero series, so this isn't gonna be my own by any means. My only playthrough of Zero 2 or any of the Zero games for that matter. But have a good one, man. You guys are spot on. It doesn't help X peaks early with X1. Man, you're really right there. I think I had the most fun with X1 myself. Then the other X games kind of introduced a lot more, which kind of I think made them a little too complex and chaotic. With some exceptions. X4 I enjoyed as well, but I think the other games could definitely have benefited from being more simple in concept. And maybe if they were more simple, they wouldn't have suffered so much from lag. Which is my main complaint, honestly. Like, I can feel... where I mainly feel it is the wall jumps. The wall jumps are so slow and staggered to me compared to Zero. And I don't... I won't say I don't like it, but I have a really hard time getting into it. It's hard to get used to, especially because I play Zero so often, Like that's where my heart lies. But it is kind of downhill after that in many ways. It's too many sprites for the old SNES. I know. Those games were kind of cutting edge, honestly. They were kind of doing a little too much, and the SNES wasn't prepared for the sheer awesomeness of all of it. It was kind of like overloading the system
in some ways, I think. X4 as Zero also feels sluggish going back. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, man. Because they have so many dead frames where you're a sitting duck, like Zero needing to put away his Z-Saber and his hair fall all the way down, unless you do a tech like dash cancel. Yeah, that too. See, okay, X4 was my second favorite X game, but I definitely do feel that, man. I definitely do. I always say that, you know, Zero got a lot faster when he dumped all that extra armor. Like, he is noticeably more slimmed down in the Zero series, and I think his movement benefits from that. He's not as slow and staggered with all that extra armor off of him. Yeah. You know, I gotta make a point to drink water. Another, like, little new trick I've been trying to do with Maha here, who was always a problem. I try to open with a Saber Slash. And I messed up there. Do I have a safe slot there? That's fine, I'll just continue the fight. The thing about opening with a normal Saber Slash is that you have just enough... I didn't really get to show it off that well there. But it gives you an extra buffer to take him out quicker. Gotta go, dude. Gotta wake up early. Have a good one. Hey, man. Yo, Lynx. Always a pleasure, man. Thank you for the raid. And thank you for sticking around and always being as active as you are with all your... Dude, you've been so deep in the Mega Man circle, the Mega Man community, the Mega Man fandom for eons now. And it totally shows whenever you chat. Like, it's like that's very evidently eons of experience speaking from every single one of your messages. So, appreciate you having on as always, man. Take care. Have a good night. Let's see, where else do I want to go? I guess I can do... Well, actually, let's reset, because my rank isn't going to be the same. It was a pleasure being here. Well, hey, man, you're always welcome here. Anytime, any place, anywhere, as the old Pokemon song goes. And dude, like, legit, if you ever want to call me on Discord, well, when I actually have Discord open, as I don't right now, it seems, you can do that. You could do that as well. Magnus, you're still here too. I extend that invitation to you as well. Like, if you ever want to call on Discord, I will totally welcome your company, because you know, I'm still a newbie streamer. I hardly know what I'm doing, and it's really hard for me to juggle gameplay and commentary at the same time. I'm such a baby. Okay, gonna practice this one. In a couple days, I'm gonna do 0-3 as well. But I don't want to start that immediately. I think I can do that maybe the quickest of the 4-0 games. But, I kind of want to dedicate, you know, by the time I finish one of those playthroughs, I'm at, like, half energy. And I don't want to be half energy for such a masterpiece like 0-3. But yeah, no, so like, Magnus, if you're ever cool, well, I mean, let me know. I don't have Discord open right now, but I will open it if you're interested. I always say this, but when I was at Get Me Off the Moon, I would always be like, you know, whenever a bud would hop in the chat, the Twitch chat, I'd always be like, hey, what are you doing there? Join us in the voice call. I want to talk to you. Because everyone was always so cool. It was nothing but a thrill to talk to them anytime, any place. One of these days for sure, we got to chat about Mega Man stuff. Aw, dude, those are the chats I'm always there for. Man, I love me some Mega Man. It's like, it's not hard at all for me to dedicate an entire Twitch channel, like, streaming just Mega Man, because, like, that's where my heart is, mostly. I always say this, too, but there was the longest stretch of time... Oh, I did miss that. Cool. 2 points. Nice. There was a longest stretch of time when I was a kid where I was only playing Mega Man games. Well, I mean, almost. Like 90% of what I played was a Mega Man game. Just because it had me covered. It had me covered on so many genres. Like any day. Any day of the week. You know, again, like if I wanted a 3D game, I'd play Legends. If I wanted an RPG, you know, I'd play Battle Network or something. Or if I wanted a turn-based game, which wasn't very often, I would play Command Mission. There were just so many genres I could get into with Mega Man, so I never really felt the need to get into many other series. I was always a big Spyro fan, you know, Spyro the Dragon. I was always a big Zelda fan. But that was kind of it when I was a kid. Like, there wasn't a whole lot else I branched into. Yeah, the occasional Kirby, like the occasional Nintendo game too. But for the most part, I was, like, primarily a Mega Man player. If you wanted a sport game, did you play Mega Man Soccer? Oh, I could have. Well, maybe not. I don't know. What platform was soccer on? It's always memed about, but I don't know if I even really know where it came from, honestly. Yeah, I don't think I was... I mean, you know, the PlayStation we got as a kid, which was gifted to us by an old co-worker of my father's, he had a lot of sports games that we just got for free. Yeah, I'll always remember those games for smelling very distinctively smoky. Because that guy was a smoker. But it's kind of funny how that works out, isn't it? Like, it's because they came from kind of a smoky environment and I was a kid at the time. I kind of, like, low-key have a nostalgic kind of fondness for the smoke smell. Because I associate that with the games that I had as a kid, which came from a smoke environment. Or a smoker environment, you know? So, I would never smoke. I never have smoked. But I gotta tell you, things which have a smoky smell have, like, low-key notes of nostalgia for me. So funny. Good thing you didn't turn up into a heavy smoker as well, I know. Yeah, I know. Thank goodness for thank goodness for our society, like, utterly demonizing that. For good reason, obviously, but for a valid reason, I dare say. I've never even been tempted to do that because of all the horror stories. Okay, you gotta go. Thank you for go. Oh, really, man? This is a stage I actually found out that I don't have to grind in, like, for additional enemies. Let's see. We're on a good form here. Yeah, Magnus, I'll have to arrange a time with you sometime. Because I obviously stream very late. And you stream earlier. So we'll have to make some kind of compromise, I think. Yo, got that shot off. That's a tricky shot to get off. Here we go. Yeah, I know. Time zones are not my friend, ever. I find everyone's on East Coast. Or Central. Magnus, what time zone are you? Just out of curiosity, if you don't mind saying. Where am I going? Oh, where do I want to go, honestly? Oh, let's practice with Find the Shuttle. That's a good stage for a live stream. Because it's so slow. At least the latter half is. I don't have his weakness, but that's fine. It'll just make the stage slower, and it's already slow enough, so who cares? Oh, right below me. Really, man? 3 a.m. Okay, wait. I'm in the 3 a.m. Okay, so you're... that's... Mountain time, I believe? Mountain or Central time? I get those confused all the time. Gotcha. Oh, hey. Appreciate your sticking around then, man. Dude, I'm always so appreciative when people stick out the late night grind for my sake. Because, like, I mean, you know, sleep is important. Maybe not important enough, though. You don't realize how much you need it until you, well, realize how much you need it. Ooh. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, I know, man. That's what I meant when I said, you don't realize how much you need it until you realize how much you need it. And normally, you realize when you're right in the middle of something that you can't just, drop and take a nap. Yeah, the grind is real, man. But hey, that's just how important Mega Man is to all of us. We will literally lose sleep for our favorite Blue Bomber. And other games as well. Yo, how close are you to finishing Unhinged, by the way, Magnus? Do you have any idea? Or have you actually even beat that game before? Is that your first time? I think I apologize for the stream latency again, but let me apologize once more, because there does seem to be some notable lag in between the time a chat pops up and when I see it. So I'm sorry for that. I'm going to look into that next time, because it should not be happening. I should have the bandwidth. I think it has something to do with the multi-stream. I'm going to ask Easy about that. He was the one who kind of put me in touch with the that multi-streaming tool I'm using now. So he might know something about why there's like additional latency. Missing a couple bonuses and DK coins, and I can face K Rule and unlock the Lost Rule world. That's how it works in the hack. Oh, okay. So, man, that's like... It kind of has you going for like a semi 100% then? Or you have to get all the coins then? That sounds hard. Is that too much damage? I hope it's not too much damage. Oh, I forgot to destroy that thing too. First time playing it? Okay, gotcha. Please don't hit him. Thank you. Yeah, Unhinged is a very good name for that game. It looks too hard. I guess if you were really into Donkey Kong, though, that game specifically, like the original version, then you would find it a very welcome challenge. I think half the problem, like half the struggle, is just getting the movement mechanics down. And if you got them down from the original game, then, you know, it's more of a fun challenge doing a ROM hack like that. And which I mean, I guess that's why the ROM hack was made from the beginning, to be honest. I guess that's why any, like, more difficult ROM hack is made. Cool, it did make the damage requirements. Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah, hard but fun. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, I mean that's low. You know, that's in the same spirit of what I do with the Zero games. You know, like I basically have my own ROM hack going on in the way I play them, and it's all in good fun. You know, it's all in the spirit of bringing more out of a game you love. You know, because we're always looking for reasons or even excuses to revisit these games. But you can only you can only play them the same way so many times before you get tired of that, right? I've always said that the mark of a really good game is a game that you can revisit plenty of times and still have just as much fun with it now as you did then. Yeah, which is why I have so many games I just love. And it really is a testament to my love of them that I can just keep coming back to them. You know, I just have the time of my life. Oh, please don't. Thank you. Okay, 4 extra. Well, let's do 6 actually. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I did more than that. Good enough. You can only do vacuum arm runs in MML1 so many times until you get sick of it. That's what I'm talking about, man. You can only vacuum up non-existent enemies for so long. Okay, gotta get this down. Yeah. I really gotta get... Oh, okay. Gonna be a little jerky. Heck yeah. You gotta focus real hard when you do this guy, because he will slam you, and his attacks do more than the damage threshold. You know, on the subject of crazy runs, I know no one's actually done a vacuum arm run, but on the subject of crazy runs in general, what favorite speedrunning, like, do legend speedrunners have a lot of things like that? Because I normally see them just doing the difficulty runs, as opposed to like a specific like weapon category or like Buster only or, you know, any other sort of handicap, so to speak. Are there any popular handicaps that legend speedrunners like to do? I know there was a time where, excuse me, when I was streaming Legends with Josh. This is when he was mainly streaming or playing the game, and I was the one on commentary. That's how we did things back in the day on the old Get Me Off the Moon streams. When we were playing Legends a lot, he did a special weapon only run where. Like, as much as possible, he would try to only use special weapons or like things that weren't the Buster. And he had to make some exceptions. Like, he couldn't figure out how to defeat like Bonbon without special weapons. That was before, I think, Blue discovered the strat where you lure Bon down and then lay on him with the mines. So that was before that. But we did a run like that, which was quite fun. Then Blue, I think Blue did that as well at some point. I recall seeing him streaming a run like that, where he did only special weapons, and he took it all the way, where he used, he kicked Hinmaru Doll to death in the intro, and then he lured Bon down and, you know, used the mines against him, as he generally does, or like as most speedrunners do, I guess. Who've gotten used to that strat. Yeah, that was pretty cool to see. But I want to say we were the first ones to like entertain that possibility, and then he like took it to the next level and made it a real thing. There has to be a category extension about it. Yeah, I'm quite curious, honestly. I mean, the difficulty playthroughs are cool too. But Curious to see if anyone's gotten really spicy with it, like really creative. Where do I want to go? Let's practice that pogo. I'm quite acutely aware that if I want to maintain my skill level in these games, I gotta keep practicing them. So it's nice to have specific save slots like dedicated to certain missions. What's this one? Okay. Blue did a playthrough of the less possible jumps in Legends. Oh, did he really? Okay, what was the least number of jumps? Like, what was that number exactly? That's interesting. I've never heard of that. Oh, that happened. How long ago was that? Wait, we can't just go right back to there, can we? Yeah, we can't. Where's... I think that's on another save file, actually. Can't do that here. Alright, it's on the Japanese version. What's the save file? Oh, you know what I want to practice? I want to practice in the Orcadia Core. Can't remember right now, but one of the obligatory jumps was in Lake Jiun Temple. Oh, let me think about that. Which jump would it be? Had to have been one of the jumps... Wait, yeah, it would have had to have been the jump past the first room. Like, the jump that takes you out of that first, like, really big room. And into the... Chomper room? Yeah, into the Chomper room. That's right. Yeah, that had to be the obligatory one. Yeah. I don't know how else you would get up there. How many other jumps were in there? Like, the other one I could think of is, I mean, he would have had to collect all those keys to finish that ruin. And to collect the keys, he has to go through these rooms, which require you to jump. Like, there are little, like, cubbies, or I don't know, alcoves. They're like these alcoves hidden behind waterfalls that I think you have to get to with jumping. Yeah, the chest to the left. And what about the chest in the middle of that big waterfall room, too? Oh, no, that's the joint plug, isn't it? Does he go for the joint plug? Yeah, I guess he wouldn't, because that would be not necessary. Yeah, that's crazy, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Holy crap. Here, we got the enemy. I'll get switched to Buster. In easy, it's not necessary. Really? Oh, okay. 1 second while I focus on this bit. Very precise platforming. I also got to be really fast with this section in order to get on this specific platform and make the lift cycle. There is very precise timing to get this down. Got it. Good stuff. Kind of everything about this stage is pain. It is meant to make you hurt. Hurt hard. Yep. Case in point. Okay, let's see. Switching that to sub. Oh yeah, I'm just now processing that. Of course it's not easy or it's not necessary in easy because you got the Buster Max. I gotcha. I did it again. Okay, I was able to dodge it that time, though. Sometimes I do that. I'm only going for the eye, but I'll sometimes hit another blob by mistake, and then it separates more than I anticipated, and I got more stuff to dodge, and it usually hits me. It didn't there, though, which I'm quite grateful for. I gotta get better about that. It doesn't happen with... It only happens on the first one, usually. Any subsequent blob attacks, it's not so much of a big deal. For some reason, I don't quite know why. Yeah. Getting close to the wall. Dash against the wall. Dash again. Hit that. We're good. Good stuff. All right. There's a reason I have an alternate save file dedicated to practicing that stage. 28 enemies, too. There's also, yeah, there are just enough enemies there that if you kill them all, you don't have to grind for anything else. Sometimes you don't hit them all, and then you do have to go back. But there are just enough enemies along the way there that meet the enemy requirements, which is quite a rarity for any stage in the Zero series. Usually there are far fewer enemies compared to the enemy requirements. So usually you do have to go back and kill extra. I like it when there are just enough enemies in your path to meet the enemy requirements and you don't have to grind for any more. You know, simple. Let's practice RNG manip here. I've been having really good success with RNG manip for Blizzik. I would like it if that kept up. The fastest way to influence his best possible, like the attack you want to see from him first is the big icicle stomp attack. You can influence that the fastest. Okay, that's not it, but the second one, good. See, I'm pretty content that I'm content that he gives me that move as soon as the second attack. It means that I don't have to go out of my way to manipulate the RNG, like that much. Like, if I know he's eventually going to be able to bring it out, like, as soon as the second attack, then I don't have to worry about manipulating the RNG. But what speedrunners have to do, because they want to see that icicle stomp attack first, for the fastest possible strat, what they have to do, they have to go through that whole hallway, like that whole enemy hallway with the saber, and then they kick up a dust cloud with a shield boomerang on the wall there, and that changes the RNG just enough to where it brings out the icicle stomp from Blizzak as the first attack. My problem is, it's kind of finicky to get that dust cloud off. Like, you see right there, I didn't do it. Like, why didn't I do that? I don't know. There I did it. There I did it too. There I did it as well. There I didn't do it. There I didn't do it either. There I also didn't do it. There I also didn't do it. There. I did it there. It might be because I might be hanging on the wall for a split second. I think that might be what it is. Like, I'm hanging on the wall just long enough for it to generate that smoke cloud. But that's also tricky, because if it is mainly a wall hang, as opposed to a wall kick that changes that RNG, it's difficult because hanging on a wall generates quite a few dust clouds, depending on how long you hang on that wall. So you kind of have to make sure you're hanging on it just long enough to where it's only generating one dust cloud. If you hang on it too long, it's going to generate multiple dust clouds and change up your RNG too much to where he's not bringing out that first attack. So it's quite a science. You know, it's a little tricky for me to do. That's why I am kind of more inclined to just wait out that first attack, and then he eventually, like, his second attack will be the attack I want. And that's fine, you know, it takes longer, but again, you know, I'm not a speedrunner. Registered trademark. So I kind of don't need to do it. I just get impatient, man. What could I say? practice this again. Whew. Yeah, going back to Legends, I'm thinking I want to start playing 5 Island with the buds, David and Josh, and I got the game working today, which was pretty nice. I mean, shoutouts to Varunius, he helped me quite a bit, getting the ideal emulator set up for that game. But yeah, I was able to get the game up and running, so, and I've never played it before. I haven't played it before now, so it'll be really cool, I think, to try that game out on stream with, you know, with the Legends buds and have a good heck of a good time. Especially since I don't think any of us have played that game. David, he was quite closely in touch with Rockman Cosmo, who was the main guy behind getting that game out, like getting it preserved. So he'd been in touch with him, I know. But I don't know if he had quite played the game fully either. I kind of want to get his input on that, honestly. Gonna hit me? Nope, good. Oh, you've set yourself up for failure, man. Thank you. My bad. But yeah, I'm quite, like even just on a personal level and excluding the stream, I'm quite interested to try out 5 Island myself. Like, I've kind of seen the ins and outs of it. You know, both like on Varunius' streams, on Eve's streams, and other people who we can't remember. But yeah, I want to try it out myself, kind of see what it's about. I got into a little bit of the gameplay, like on the first mission, just to get controls in order and see if it would be working right. It's interesting to see how it kind of integrates the secondary camera playstyle for the first Legends game, whereby you are turning the camera with the left and right keys, you know, as opposed to the L and R keys. I've been half considering whether I want to change those L and R keys, or change those like camera left and right keys to L and R. I'm not quite sure. In any case, it's gonna be an interesting one. Like, there does seem to be quite a bit of jank involved with that game, so I'll be interested to see, you know, how it goes with me. It looks pretty easy anyway. I will say that much. It really is incredible that that game happened on a flip phone, though. Like, holy crap. You mean to tell me we couldn't get Legends 3, but we got that game on a flip phone, huh? It was a different time, though, that's for sure. Do I have the ice chip? I do. Good stuff. I'm gonna skip this, though. Dash. Good stuff. I want to get better at this fall, too. I've been hitting those spikes a little too often for my liking. Whoa. Oh, okay, I'm doing this too slow. I gotta make a cycle. That's the other reason. I have a save file reserved for this stage as well. Okay, I messed that. I gotta reset now. Got a save file reserved for that as well, because it's quite tight. Alright, brother, I'm gonna go to bed. Have a good rest of the stream. Yo, thank you, Magnus. Have a good one, man. Get a well-deserved rest. You earned it from playing Unhinged. Now, that's a game that would get you tired, I think. I know that by the time I get through a playthrough, like a 0 playthrough, I'm ready to hit the hay. Like I'm ready to just faint. Well, maybe not so much. I think I'm a little more accustomed to it these days, but because I've been getting a little more practice in than I used to. But yeah, and you have a good one, man. Hey, always a pleasure seeing you. Don't be a stranger. Heck yeah, man. Thanks to you as well. Which file is it? Oh my god, I cannot find the save file for the life of me. Tis somewhere. Oh. Okay, skip these guys. Hop on this, best him there, dash under. That's how it goes. Now, can we make this is the real question. Watch that. Yeah, good. You can do a total free fall from that section, but it's quite tricky, quite tight. Made it. You love to see it. That's my save. Whoa. My alternate save is primarily for that jump. That pogo. You just save so much effort by pogoing straight through that section and skipping the enemies, skipping all the rockets if you didn't do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 9, 30. Nice. It's nice when I always like it when I can do that wiggle strat without grabbing onto the ladder in the process. Because in order to do that, I'm like wiggling back and forth on the D-pad, and it's so easy to press up when I do that, which will of course make me grab onto the ladder automatically. So, but I didn't do it there, which was nice. Now let me switch here. Fire chip. Charge him up. Please don't summon the dragon. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. We beat enough enemies too. Let me check. I always forget the enemy requirements for that stage. I got them down. I got notes, but the notes don't have that one down. So let me check on it. I like how having this stuff in my head. Why do I always struggle to find this stage in here? Okay, well, Control plus F, Levy. Oh, 46 enemies? I beat way too many. Huh. Or wait, did I? No, I beat 52. 6, 7, 8, 9, 51. Yeah, so I beat like 6 more enemies. Honestly, that's a pretty good buffer. I kind of always want to defeat more enemies than I need to, just in case I end up skipping a few by mistake. Let's see. I might wrap up the stream pretty soon.
I'm pretty much getting to the point where I'm practicing everything I want to practice. And I'm running out of content! But it's fine. 3 hours is good. Oh wait, no, wrong command. I'm gonna boot up the Japanese version. So I got additional saves on there. Then I like to practice. Which one's this? Yeah, let's practice this strat again, because it is so new. It's down here. I think I'm going up for now, maybe. Yeah. Okay, charge him up. Ready for him to open up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 26, 27, 8, 29, 30, 1, 32, 33, 4, 35, ay, 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 ay. 6, 6, 7, 8 through 9, 40, 41. Okay, that's more than enough. Minus a hit or two. This is why we practice. For stuff like that. There are so many enemies in this stage, and they can come from anywhere. Also, why am I charging my saber? I usually use the buster there. Whoa, okay. Didn't expect you to come over there. Good stuff. Okay. This is why I also practice Fafnir, so that when I do come to him with 2 points of damage, I can worry less about taking damage from him. 1 point from him. 2, 3, jump over. Yeah, that's my strat for him. I get 3 hits on him from the right, then I jump over him and lure him left. And by that point, I have a lot of space to dodge this attack if he uses it. And he jumps over me. And that's the other cool thing about him too. After he uses that meteor attack, if you're far enough from him, he'll jump to you. So, you know, and I know that's coming at every time. That was good. That was good, actually. I thought I beat 40 of them. And I know that jump is coming after the meteor attack, so I know when to dash under him and, you know, kind of reset the loop where I got a lot of space to run from him. What you don't want is for him to back you up against a wall after he's past half health. He can back you up against... It's fine if he backs you up against a wall when he's less than half health, because then you can just jump over him. You can literally jump over him at any time that he's past half health, because you don't have... Like, he doesn't use any attack that prevents you from doing that. If he passed half health, however, he will use his EX skill, which brings up that, like, yellow aura, and that aura will do damage to you if you try to jump over him. So you're always trying to make sure that you're not being backed into a corner by him at a time when he can use his aura attack. And that's exempting. That's totally, you know, never mind the fact that being up against the wall exposes you to the meteors very, you know, worse than anything. Like, that's its own hazard. But yeah, that's the reason I do that. Here's a reason I do all these things. Wait. What does this all mean? What are these moon runes? Let's try this. Oh, Phantom. Yeah, let's try Phantom. I think after Phantom, I'll stop. Good stuff.
Yo, he's treating me so nicely. One point, really? Fine. At least he's not using his bomb here. Wait, why am I not charging my buster? Hello? Yo, he zoned out. Okay, I'll grind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That actually might be too much, now that I think of it. I only need to beat like 8 of those guys. But hey, good to be safe. Whoa. Oh, oh, it didn't get me. We live to fight another day, fam. I think that does exactly 3 points of damage. Whoa. Kind of zoned out for a bit there. You can hit those? Huh. Oh my god, I never knew you could destroy those. Wait, what? I never knew you could destroy those. What the heck? Oh my god, my life is a lie. Wait, now I'm wondering if you could destroy those. Yo, I can? Yo, there's like no practical way to do that, but that's still really cool. I mean, that's, you know, it's faster to dodge them. You kind of have no reason to... Oh, my bomb's about to go off here. I never knew you could do that. That's crazy. I mean, it's not fast to kill them like that, by any means. Normally, I mean, I think I would generally just dodge them anyway. But that's still crazy. I never knew you could dodge those. I never knew you could destroy those things. Well, upon that very enlightening revelation, I think I will call it a stream. Oh, okay. But yo, fam, thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. Let's see if I can raise someone, actually. See who is around at this late night hour. There generally isn't anybody. Which gets me sad, because I want to share the love. But we'll see anyway. Yeah, it's dead. He's dead, Jim.
Buzz.
Sorry. Gonna hear my desktop audio. I'm just looking for streams. Yep. Speaking of zero, there's zero going on. Okay, well, I'm seeing a streamer here. Yeah, I'm seeing a streamer here who's playing Mega Man Zero, a VTuber from the looks of it. So I'm going to raid them, share the Zero love, and we will call it there.
Where's the chat? Where's my chat? How do I stream? What is this alien technology that I've been using? Okay. Feed. Channel. There we go. Okay. Is that gonna work? 'Tis working. Yo, okay. Pleasure having you guys on as always. I will see you next time, whenever that will be. And yeah, have a good one, fam. Stay legendary. And as always, legends never die. Goodbye.